Vype Media is the state's most comprehensive high school sports media outlet covering UIL, private schools. Vype has been in Texas for over a decade. Visit their website at Vype, VYPETexas.com. And also pick up your Vype magazine today. Get in the game with Vype Media.
And welcome to week number 3 of the high school football season as Liberty Hill remains on the road as they travel down the road to Manor, Texas to play the Manor Mustangs in what is going to be a really good matchup, coming off an incredible game last week as they take on Huddle, but tonight's a new night, one game at a time, next man up, and the Panthers are getting ready to go. Good evening, listeners, and welcome to Manor Stadium for this matchup of the Manor Mustangs and the Liberty Hill Panthers, a production of KMAX Sports and the Vype Media Network. I'll be joined this evening again by my partner, Greg Cerini. Greg, it's a good evening. It's not hot. We're overcast. It's been raining some, and don't really know what's in store for us for the next couple of hours. But right now, we're good to go.
Rain came down earlier. We're in a beautiful press box here at Manor, Texas, and field looks good. Fields look real good. Field is absolutely beautiful, and right now the skies are clear, so I think we're going to get a ball game in, and even if we get a little rain, that's fine, Tim.
Now, Greg, I think our listenerships may be up tonight because of the weather. People may have decided to stay home, listen to us fine folks here, and call the game. They may have heard about the great game last week that we got to call, and maybe just listening in, ordering a pizza tonight, and eating some pierogies, and just going to stay at home and listen to the Panthers. And that's okay by us.
Absolutely.
It is. It is a great evening. There's not a big crowd out here right now, but if you are listening tonight, and I missed some people last week, and I apologize. The browser wasn't refreshing my email. But if you're listening tonight, I'm going to repeat this email over and over again as the evening goes on. We want to hear from you. We want to know that you're listening. We want to know if you've got a friend, a relative, someone you know on this team that you want to give a shout-out. Whether they're in the band, whether they're a cheerleader on the drill team, whether they're a trainer. We want to hear from you. You can email us at libertyhillfootball18@yahoo.com. That's libertyhillfootball, the number 1 and the number 8 for 18 at yahoo.com. We really want to hear from you, and we will give you a shout out on the air. 22 of you messaged us last week. Let's see if we can top that tonight, Greg.
Let's see.
We want to let's get over 30. People messaging us from their home as they're listening to the game, and we'll give you a shout out online because we really do appreciate you tuning in and listening to your Liberty Hill Panthers football as they try to have another outstanding season this year. Greg, thoughts on the game tonight? Let's put last week behind us, an incredible game, but what do the Panthers have to do looking forward?
Tim, really, this team is really not going to change what works, and that is a ground game that's punishing, and multiple backs. Jacob Searley doing a great job commanding this offense, and they're not going to change for anybody. They are going to do the exact same thing, whether they're playing number 4 ranked in the state 5A Hutto or Sister Mary of the Port. Tim, everybody is going to get the ball on the ground and have to deal with it from this Liberty Hill offense. Now, the defense has to step up. Tough week of practice for the defense. They were, just under attack all last game from a Division I quarterback who was one of the best we've ever seen. So, nothing to hang your head about, but you have to feel like if you're a defender on this Liberty Hill team, you're ready to come out and punch somebody in the mouth.
Well, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to play the audio from my sit-down weekly visit with Coach Walker for the Liberty Hill Panthers. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Liberty Hill Football on the KMAX Sports Vype Media Network.
Sports Network.
And this is what we do.
Looking left, throws into the
Bad snap again. He hits the turf, and Devon scoops it up. Cameron Wilkins goes on the end zone.
10-5, touchdown.
We are the largest. We are the best. Bringing your teams to you. We've been doing it for 15 years.
Inside, he's got blockers in front of him. Touchdown.
10-5, touchdown.
Yes, sir.
It's what we do. And nobody does it better. We are K-Max Sports.
Sitting in here with my weekly chat with Coach Walker for the Liberty Hill Panthers, and coming off a thrilling game playing against the state-ranked Hutto Hippos, and the Panthers coming out just a little bit short. Coach, I know you end up losing the game. I know it's very frustrating to lose any game, regardless who you're playing, but from a fan's point of view, it was a tremendous game. And what can you tell us about the game, your recap of it, and what you take out of that?
It was a tough game for us. I felt like we played hard enough to win. I thought our kids played hard, and we just came up, a few yards short. And that's what happens sometimes. Talking to our kids, I told them that that's all you do is we just play down by down, and we don't worry about the scoreboard. And at the end, we'll look up there and see if we're happy or sad. And it's kind of a bummer. Our kids were real bummed out about it, and and that's a good thing. We weren't satisfied playing with anybody. That's not ever going to be our motto here. Is we're always expect to beat everybody, and when you come up short and you feel like you played hard and your kids gave a lot of effort and you don't win, you kind of hurt for them. And that was my thing. It's hard to watch them play as hard as they did and then get no reward at the end, And so, but we're going to learn from it. We're going to learn from it. We know what it tastes like now. We don't like the taste, and we're just going to continue to move forward.
Craig Way during the week on his radio show highlighted the top 5 games going into the week, and the number one game that he anticipated was the Liberty Hill Hutto game, and boy was it. It was definitely an incredible game to watch. It garnered a lot of attention just because of who the two programs were, and I felt, and I think a lot of other people felt, your kids played extremely hard. Again, that's a moral victory, and that didn't help out in the W column at all. So what did you take positive out of that? How hard our kids played, I think, is the biggest thing. And as I told you last week, we're going to get better every week. And our opponents may get better every week too. And that's to be determined here. But we're going to get better every week because we don't hit in practice. And so anytime we can go out there and play 4 quarters of football and block and tackle and do some things, I think it's only going to make us better. But, getting good 4 quarters of physical football and I guess a little overtime and to boot, I think just the getting to do that against live bodies and, pretty good football team. Hopefully we're going to gain on the defense side, a little confidence. I know it doesn't look like it giving up that many points, but we had some good things happen. Some of our corners really stepped up and played pretty good. You look back at the tape, we just gave up too many big plays, which I tell them every week we can't do. But, I think our kids played hard, and I think you're going to continue to see them play hard every week, and I was happy with that. But I guess, we didn't back down, and you never know going into those type of games. We have a lot of kids that didn't play last year on the football field, how they were going to react to the game and the hype that we were getting on that game. And I think they were, from coach's standpoint, I thought they did what we thought they could do. It's just, we got to limit the big plays and keep the ball away from people like that. And sometimes we score too fast. But I guess our kids playing hard and and not giving up and fighting until that last whistle. I'm proud of that. It was a great game, Coach. Moving forward, you have another good opponent this week in the Manor Mustangs, and can you tell us a little bit about that team and what your keys to success are this week for the Panthers?
Yeah, it's going to be another big challenge. They're another 5A Division I team that just dropped down. They went to the playoffs last year, and somebody said they would have been 3 or 4 rounds deep. Their quarterback wouldn't have got hurt. Well, he's back. In 6A, they were 6A last year and built a new school over there, and They will drop down to 5A Division I. So anytime you play those bigger schools, they have you outnumbered. They're very, very big up front. Their defensive end and defensive tackle is 6'5", 240. I mean, they're being recruited. They're all that. They're running back and quarterbacks being recruited. They're athletic, extremely athletic bunch that plays pretty physical and fast, which will be good for us because we always talk about playing fast and physical. Well, we're going to see who's the faster and physical team. Most physical team out there. But it's going to be another big challenge for us because they're really good at running the football and defensively. They gave up 7 points to Copper's Cove. Copper's Cove is a good football team, and they only let them score one time on the night. So we have our hands full again.
And going into this week, as you prepare at practice, what are you focusing on that you have to do well against the Mustangs?
Well, like always, we got to do our what we do, and we typically don't focus much on our opponents.
Yep.
We focus on what we made mistakes on. When we watched film on Saturday, we had some mistakes that screamed to us, and we worked on trying to fix those things. And it's a matter of some angles and some staying on our blocks and using our hands and doing some things better. But we really were just focused on ourselves this week and trying to get better from what we saw on film against Hutto. We've always been that way around here. We only focus really on ourselves. We don't care who comes out of the locker room. But we know it's their homecoming, so they'll be excited about it. Nobody wants to lose their homecoming. They'll have a little extra fight to them and all those good things. But as I tell everybody here, we want everybody's best game.
Yeah.
So we want their best game because it'll show us what we're about. So we're just going to be able to play 4 more quarters.
Well, I've been a part of this community for a long time and watch a lot of games. I can't tell you the last time someone scheduled homecoming playing Liberty Hill. So that's a little odd in itself. So
yeah, no doubt. And we aren't a homecoming team. I promise you, we don't have it much. But they have St. Pouilly's, or however you say it, next, and they're like real legit. So I think he was pretty smart when he scheduled us for homecoming. But our kids will hear about it.
Yep.
Going through the game, they'll hear about it because as a coach, it kind of rubs me the wrong way. Our kids don't seem to mind when I tell them, but it's actually I think an advantage for us because we will have a little chip on our shoulder that we're their homecoming, and you typically try to schedule weaker teams. Now, if you're like us, we don't have any weak teams on our schedule, so you have to just where it fits the best for your program. So, we have homecoming next week, but it's not against that team that I would normally schedule a homecoming with. But yeah, no, we just want to get better each snap this week and see what we can, and if we do that and we continue to do that, like I told you earlier in the year, I feel like we're going to be a good football team. It's just a matter of time of getting some more reps.
What will we see from the Mustang offense from Manor? What type of formations do they run and offense do they run?
They're spread, but they're more of a run spread than they are a pass spread. They do throw the ball. They can throw the ball. They got a really good tall receiver out, and have some guys that can go up and catch the ball, but they want to run the ball. They want to spread you out and run it. They have a real quick scat back, and they have a really big 5'11", 200-pound, 4 or 5 foot running back, and the quarterback's a really good runner. Number 14, he runs the ball real well. So we're going to have to stop the run this week. Last week we were trying to stop the pass. This week we're going to have to be able to stop the run. And we've been able to do that, early in the year. So we'll see our defense step up and stop the run. Obviously, offensively, we just got to get better at everything we do. Because defensively they're big. So we're going to have to play a little faster than them.
Well, Coach, thanks a lot for your time, and I look forward to another great game on Friday night.
Thanks for having me.
All right, thanks.
Vype Media is the state's most comprehensive high school sports media outlet covering UIL, private schools. Vype has been in Texas for over a decade. Visit their website at Vype, VYPE, and also pick up your Vype magazine today. Get in the game with Vype Media.
Welcome back, Panther fans, as we are just moments away from kickoff of this Week 3 contest between the Liberty Hill Panthers and the Manor Mustangs. The teams are out there getting set for the national anthem. and we will take a quick pause with you to honor America with the playing of the national anthem.
The national anthem being sung by the Manor High School Choir under the direction of Stephanie Pinto. The flag is being raised by Manor FFA student Erica Cepeda.
We're just getting ready for the kickoff of tonight's contest. I want to remind all you Panther fans that if you are listening, let us know that you are listening. Send me an email at libertyhillfootball18@yahoo.com. That's libertyhillfootball18@yahoo.com. We want to know that you're listening and from where you're listening from. Liberty Hill is in their away jerseys. They're white jerseys, purple pants, a purple numeral on the front, a purple helmet with the Panther logo on the sides of the helmet. Manor is in all red. They have red jerseys with white numerals, white pants, and red helmets with the white Mustang logo on the sides of the helmet. And if you're wanting to follow along, it's sort of like the SMU logo on the side of the helmet in the that Mustang format. So that is what we're set up as tonight, and they are out for the coin flip at this time, and the official has flipped it, and we're going to find out here shortly who is going to receive and kick off. The field is, Greg said a while ago, the field looks outstanding. It is artificial turf. In the middle of the field, they have a huge emblem, not emblem, but a big letter M on the...
Liberty Hill won the toss and will defer.
Liberty Hill won the toss, is going to defer to the second half, but the M is a big red M in the middle of the field, outlined in white and black. The words Manor are in the end zone, all red end zone with white letters of the of Manor in the end zone. So it is a beautiful field. This is a fairly new complex at the Manor Athletic Complex, and so it's just a gorgeous field. It's actually right now a really nice evening at the moment. It's not raining, and in the distance we can see weather out in the distance. And Greg, you can see a rainstorm several miles away. You can tell that it's raining. We're hoping it stays away, but nonetheless, weather could be an issue tonight.
We caught a really quick thunderstorm while we were getting set up here, and it flashed on us. But field looks great. Great drainage on the field. Tim, two-tone colors. Every 5-yard section of the field is a light green to dark green. It was a really sharp-looking field.
I have to say, this is one of the best-looking fields as far as the playing surface that I've seen. It looks fantastic. So Manor ISD, fantastic job on the field. Liberty Hill is going to be kicking off. Manor is going to be receiving. Liberty Hill is kicking off from our right to the left. They are kicking from the south, kicking north. Manor is in the north side of the end zone. I want to remind you that there are new kickoff rules that are in place for not only high school but the college level as well. If the ball is kicked out of the end zone as a touchback or fair caught inside the 25, the offense is going to get the ball automatically on the 25-yard line, and that is pretty impactful in decision making.
We are really starting to see that strategy and how coaches are playing with that new rule, and we saw it last week, and I have a feeling we'll see a little bit more of it this week as well.
All right, here we go. Matthew Shipley, the kicker for Liberty Hill, set to tee it off from the 40, kicks it away, going a little bit to the left, and Manor's going to grab it at the 1, and they're going to bring it out, Greg, and they're going to go out the outside, now back inside, and it's going to be a poor decision as he only makes it out to the 9-yard line.
Gang tackle led by Cole McWilliams. There was no place for him to go as he started out, and really as he caught the ball on the 1 or 2 yard line going into the end zone, turned around and tried to make something happen. Unfortunately, it wasn't anything good.
And again, all he had to do was fair catch it, and it would bring it out to the 25-yard line. Manor is quarterbacked by Nate Jackson, and he is a very good one. We saw a UCLA commit last week for Hutto Hippos, and another good quarterback this week. And they're getting ready to go. Just getting underway from the 9-yard line. Manor set back. They're in a shotgun formation, 2 running backs on both sides. They're going to hand off to the left-hand side, and he is going to be bunched up for a very short gain. The handoff was to Tajay Brooks, and a very short game call at 1, 2nd and 9.
Trey Riley in on the tackle. Again, gang tackle by this Liberty Hill defense. They float to the ball really nice on that first play.
2nd down and 9. Again, the game is just starting. 11 and a half minutes left to go in this first quarter of play. Ball is on the 10-yard line. Jackson looking over the sideline, takes the snap, throws out wide to the right in the flat. It is complete. The receiver gets across the 15-yard line before he's run out of bounds. Courtney Petridge is on the reception.
Tim, we saw a lot of that last week, that stretch play that Hutto was running against this Liberty Hill team, and now they just tried to do the same thing, got it out in the flat, good pickup on 2nd down.
They're short of the first down. It is 3rd and 1 that they will need to pick up this first down. And Liberty Hill jumped off sides. It's going to be a penalty against the Panthers as they took a little bit of a long count and caught the Panthers jumping off sides, and now it's going to be a first down.
Hard count, got them to jump. First, 3rd down, and short of the game. That kind of get you settled in, but gave them a free set of downs there.
And after the mark off, the ball will be spotted about the 25-yard line. That's what we call it, the 24-yard line. Ball's on the right-hand hash. Jackson standing at about his 20-yard line. He's got 2 running backs flanking him, 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 out to the right-hand side. Jackson takes a snap. He looks left, throws it out left in the flat, and it is complete. The receivers across the 30, across the 35, and run somewhere out of bounds around the 40-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. That is complete to
Ernest Muse on the catch, Tim.
Ernest Muse on the catch. It'll be enough for a first down. Ball's at the 40. Ball's now on the left-hand hash. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 2 running backs still in the backfield. Jackson takes a snap, throws quickly to the left. Incomplete pass. That pass was intended for Brendan Johns.
Good coverage there by the Panthers. That ball just a little bit low. Just a quick drop back and pass, not really taking a lot of time there. A lot of quick passes here so far from this Manor team.
2nd and 10. Again, we're early in the first quarter. About 10 minutes, 11 minutes left to go into the first quarter. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Jackson takes a snap. He hands off to, he's going to keep it up the middle, and he gets bunched up, but he gets out of that tackle and picks up about 6 yards before he's brought down by the Panther defense.
Fake the handoff. Liberty Hill defense flowed with it, and he got himself a nice little pickup up the middle there. Stopped by number 9, Isaiah Mason.
It'll be a pickup of 7. Same formation, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Jackson going on a long count, trying to catch the Panthers off sides, but the Panthers are having nothing to do with it, so he looks back to the sideline and resets his play. Now he takes a snap. He looks to the right. It is complete for a little wide receiver screen, and he's going to pick up the first down before he is tackled at the Liberty Hill 46-yard line.
Not sure if that play was in the book last week, Tim, or if they happened to watch film of that Hutto game, but really it is the exact same play that we saw last week run by the Huttos, and it is picking up, it's good for a couple first downs so far and picking up some good chunks of yardage.
The Manor offense is actually pretty, they're very patient. They're not getting in a hurry. They come to the line of scrimmage. They look to the sideline. The coach is giving him the plays from the sidelines. And right now the quarterback tells his offense to scrub that play. We're going with a different one. Now he takes the snap. He looks left. He throws it left. Incomplete. Total miscommunication. And it is incomplete pass. Greg, I think that has something to do with they keep looking to the sideline, and when the play gets changed, not everybody is on the same page.
I agree, Tim. I agree. The pass is coming out so quick. The receivers aren't even getting a chance to get into their routes. They're trying to catch this Liberty Hill defense off guard.
2nd and 10 from the Liberty Hill 46-yard line. 3 now receivers to the left, 1 to the right. So we have a trips look on the left-hand side of the defense. Panthers are having to adjust. Jackson takes a snap, straight drop back. He's going to throw to the right, one-on-one coverage. It's complete, and it's going to be a touchdown. Brendan Johns on the reception, and you're right, they might have been seeing some footage last week of what happened to the Panther secondary on a couple of occasions, and he hooked up with a 46-yard touchdown pass to Brendan Johns.
Great drop back, put it right on the money. Manor up quick.
Now the point after attempt by the Mustangs. And there are, it looks like they're going to go for 2. I'm not really sure what they're doing. Either they're missing somebody, Greg, and they're hollering. The offense on the field is hollering to the sidelines as if maybe they're short a player. 3, 4, 8.
Play clock at 5 seconds. They're not going to get it. They're going to have to take a timeout.
Yeah. And that's what they're going to have to do. There was some confusion there on an extra point nonetheless. Coaches do not like that.
No, that's as soon as a touchdown is scored, people should be mobilizing. The guys know that are on the extra point team. Mm-hmm. They know what's going on, and they should be out there, whether or not they wanted to go for 2 or something happened with the kicker, but they were not ready.
Yep. And so now they're trotting back on the field, and it's a toughie to lose and burn one of your timeouts on a... Actually, they got a penalty of a delay of game. And that doesn't hurt that much on an extra point.
No, it's only going to back them up 5. Should be a makeable extra point.
Sanchez is the kicker. The holder is Courtney Patridge. Snaps back, kick is up, and it is no good off to the left-hand side, and Liberty Hill is going to get the ball next, but right now the Manor Mustangs lead 6-0. You're listening to the Liberty Hill football on the KMAX Sports Vype Media Network.
At Austin Pets Alive, the mission is to promote and provide the resources, education, and programs needed to eliminate the killing of companion animals. That means more happy pets joining more happy families every single day. In fact, Austin Pets Alive has saved more than 25,000 dogs and cats since 2008, and you can help. Adopt a new family member, help out with a donation, or roll up your sleeves and volunteer. If you have love, time, or money to spare, and we all have at least one of those, you're needed. Visit AustinPetsAlive.com to get started. Austin Pets Alive, helping people help pets.
First quarter of play, Liberty Hill trails the Manor Mustangs by 6. 6-0 Manor as they took the opening drive downfield and capped it off with a 46-yard touchdown pass.
Tim, great job by Brendan Ketchum getting in there and causing some havoc. May have had something to do with that missed extra point.
Here goes the Panthers' first possession. The kick is off, and it is way off to the right-hand side, but caught by a Panther and hit immediately. But they're going to have fairly good field position at about the 33-yard line.
Mason Shipley caught that ball and took a wallop. And he is he's going to take a second to get off the field. He's thinking about it.
It was received by number 5, Michael Henley.
I think that was Michael Henley on the reception, and he is still down. And as we're getting ready to tee up, I want to again talk about the email that I have set up. If you're listening from anywhere, shoot me an email. Let me know you're listening. We want to know how many listeners we have, who's listening, where you're listening from. Liberty Hill football is always one of the most listened to broadcasts on KMAX Sports, and we want to give you a shout out for listening. So shoot me an email at libertyhillfootball18@yahoo.com. That's libertyhillfootball and the numbers 1 and 8 at yahoo.com. libertyhillfootball18@yahoo.com, and give us so I can give you a shout out on the air. And so please let us know. And
on the kickoff, we had offside. Number 7 on the kicking team. 5-yard penalty added to the end of the run. First down.
So you heard it right there that there was a penalty against Manor for offsides. They're going to tack on 5 more yards, which is going to move the ball up for Liberty Hill up to the 38-yard line. Very good starting position for the Panthers. Ball's going to be on the left-hand hash. Jacob Kearley will be the quarterback again for the Panthers. He's done a great job in these first couple of games. They're up to the line of scrimmage fast. They move fast. Man in motion is Harrison. They hand it off right up the middle to the fullback, Connor Kuykendall, and he picks up first down yardage of pickup of about 11.
Looked about the whole right side of the Manor defense offsides before they snapped that ball, but they managed to get back. It didn't stop them from picking up a first down, though.
And they're going to get a steady diet of this Panther offense. They're up the line, hands off to Harrison, right-hand side. He busts out across the 35 to 40 before he's finally tackled in Mustang territory at the 34-yard line.
Great spin by Harrison after first contact. Managed to spin for about 5 or 6 yards in the middle of that run. Great balance, great finish.
The Panthers already up to the line of scrimmage. They move fast. Harrison in motion left-hand side again. Handoff right up the middle to Kuykendall, and he picks up a couple of yards, maybe 2 or 3.
And Tim, we talk about that play, setting up plays later on. It didn't pick up a lot now, but that Manor team has to be aware of that ball going up the middle every single time.
Manor has not seen the likes of this type of offense in a long time. This type of offense is very unique. They're up in the line of scrimmage. They hand off again to Harrison off the right-hand side. He picks up about 5 yards on the play, get to the 30, maybe across, actually to the 28-yard line.
Now we talk about this Manor defense led by Princely Uman Milan, Tim. He is a large player out there, 6'4", 245, clogging up the middle. So if they're going to go up the middle, they're going to have to deal with him all night long.
It's 3rd and 4 from the Mustang 28-yard line. Harrison's in motion. They hand off right up the middle to Kuykendall, and he gets to the 25-yard line. He will be just shy of the first down. And it is 4th down for the Panthers, and they need 1.
You have to feel like they're going to go for it here, Tim. Too far for the kick and not really going to punt it.
So big play already. The ball's at about the 26-yard line. They need about a long yard for the first down. Quarterback's going to sneak it right up the middle. He gets plenty as he picks up about 2 yards and gets the first down. Kearley with a big shove to get that first down.
Good job by Kearley just to pick up the first down, keep this drive alive. And he did try to catch him off sides. Good job by the Manor defense of not biting.
Now, that defensive player you were talking about just now has limped off the field. Greg, so we will maybe see him later. Back up the line of scrimmage, first down, and hand off the right-hand side, and that is Kirkendall again. He picks up what looks like about 4 yards to the 20-yard line.
Well, without Princely, Uman, I'm going to say it again, Tim, Uman Leland, with him not in the middle of that line, it becomes significantly smaller. See if the Liberty Hill defense can take, or the Liberty Hill offense can take advantage of it.
Right. 2nd and 5. They're up to the line of scrimmage. Quick snap, handoff left-hand side to Gonzalez, and he's tripped up, or he might have been still running. Very short gain of maybe 2 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and a long 3, maybe close to 4.
Shoestring tackle there by number 2 was Dontavier Cray, or you're right, Tim. He would have caught the corner of the end zone for sure.
Panthers quickly up the line of scrimmage, and again, handoff to Harrison, and he picks up the first down and more, gets across the 10, down to a 9-yard line.
Good hard run by Harrison there, right up the gut, and to pick up that first down. This Liberty Hill offense is rolling.
So it's 1st and goal from the Mustang 9-yard line. They're quickly up to the line of scrimmage again, takes a snap, hands off to Kirkendall to the right-hand side, and he spins out of a tackle, gets down to the 5.
Second or third time we've seen that play on this drive, Tim. Just basically a straight handoff right up the middle. Just let's just line them up and let's see who's better. And so far, Liberty Hill's getting the best of them.
2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. The ball is just outside the 5. The ball's on the right-hand hash. Kearley takes a snap, hands off to Kirkendall again up the middle. Not much there, maybe a half yard or so. It will bring up 3rd down and goal from about the 4.
Good stop by Corian Chester there to read and react on that play, and he tackled him quick, maybe in the backfield for a loss, but good job by Kirkendall to pick up a couple yards.
3rd down and goal from the 4. They're going to hand off to Harrison, right-hand side. He's just going to outrun everybody to the end zone. Touchdown, Kyle Harrison.
Harrison, with speed to the outside, puts Liberty Hill right back in this ball game, 6-6, pending the extra point.
And Shipley, at least one of the Shipleys are going to be on to kick the ball. They both are very good kickers. And it is Matthew Shipley on to kick the extra point.
Number 1, Matthew Shipley tees up for the point after.
Kick is up, and it is good, and Liberty Hill has taken the lead here in the first quarter of play with 5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Liberty Hill leads 7-6. We'll be right back. You're listening to Liberty Hill football on the KMAX Sports Vype Media Network.
KMAX Sports is the largest online broadcast company in Central Texas. How large is that? We're like the biggest, most beautiful field of bluebonnets you can imagine. Except we're not going to play sports here because they're bluebonnets. What, are you crazy? We'll get some nice pictures before we go, though. Hey, kids, just sit down over there. Yeah, right in the middle of them. Smile. Perfect. Well, we'll send this one to Grandma. Bringing your teams to you since 2003. We are KMAX Sports.
Liberty Hill has taken the lead 7-6 in the first quarter. Shipley kicks it off down the left-hand side. It picks up at the 14-yard line. Mustangs run down the middle. They have the sideline and finally gets knocked out of bounds close to midfield. There's a flag on the play, and I think Liberty Hill is going to be flagged for a late hit, and it's going to tack on an extra 15 yards.
Yeah, you get the 15 yards, but you didn't get your money's worth there. Looks like the Liberty Hill defender, as he was going after him, just right on the edge of the sidelines there by the 45-yard line, as he was getting tackled, just kind of followed through with his run and ended up landing on the player and caught some laundry for it.
All right, the Mustangs have great field position once they mark this off. And, hey, you listeners, if you didn't think I was telling the truth, that I would give shout-outs tonight, I have my first one. Mason Beatty is listening from Midland, Texas, and he wants to give a shout-out to his brother Walker Beatty, who's playing on the field tonight. Thank you, Mason, for listening in. Hope we get more emails First and 10 from the Liberty Hill 41-yard line. Quarterback throws out the left hand inside in the flat. The receiver gets out, gets close to a first down. I think a pickup of about 9, maybe close to the first down. And I do want to make a correction, is we have a different quarterback than we thought. It is actually Matthew Hill quarterbacking instead of Nate Jackson for some reason, but we couldn't tell because he's still throwing accurate.
He's having a great game so far.
First and 10 from the Liberty Hill 31-yard line. Snap comes back, hands off left-hand side. The Liberty Hill Panthers are trying to string him out to the sideline, and they do, and they're going to limit him for a short gain of maybe 2 or 3 yards.
Excellent job by the left side of this Liberty Hill defense to string that play out, keep him contained, and making sure that it is just to pick up a 3. You talk about that, keeping the outside shoulder free, and then everybody on the defensive side there did their job.
Second and 8. Now the ball is at the Liberty Hill 28-yard line. Hill takes the snap, looks right, throwing the same touchdown pass that he threw, route he threw earlier, and the defender pushed off. It's complete down to the 11, but the defender pushed off on the Liberty Hill guy, and they didn't call it.
No, they didn't. It looked like they were battling for the ball there, and the refs are going to let them play.
So it is first and 10 from the Liberty Hill 11-yard line. That's the exact same route they threw for the touchdown earlier. Now Hill's looking to the sideline to get the play change. Takes the snap, hands off straight up the middle, and the running back gets down to the 6-yard line.
Tackle by Brendan Ketchum there. Caught him by the shoes there. Looks like they can pick up another first down, Tim. Got a lot of downs here to stop. This Liberty Hill defense needs to dig in right now.
That was Levante Benford on the carry right up the gut of the Liberty Hill Panther defense. It is second, and we'll call it a long 5, maybe close to 6 yards is needed for the first down. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left to go until the end of the first quarter. Liberty Hill leads 7-6. One running back in the backfield, man in motion, and there's a flag on the play, and typically that's going to go against the offense from where I saw, but we'll see.
With the way that they've been passing, we talk about it, might not be that bad of a penalty here.
Yep.
Give these receivers a little bit more room to work with.
So they're going to back it up 5. That's good news for the Panther defense. The ball's now at the 11-yard line, so it is second and 10 from the 11. They still can get a first down. One running back in the backfield with Matthew Hill. That is Courtney Patridge. They're going to throw a fade in the end zone, and a defender knocks it down. It is incomplete pass.
Matthew Montez, he has been the target so far of this Manor team. Stands his ground there and plays excellent defense on the ball. I don't think he was beat. He just played great defense, stayed right in front and knocked it down one hand. Great job.
Did a great job, and it is now third and 10 from the 11-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, and 1 running back. Patriots in the backfield with Miller. Miller takes a wild snap. He's going to keep it himself, and he's going to be dropped down for a short loss back to the 13-yard line. Great defensive play by the Panthers.
There's Walker Beatty in on the stop there, along with a host of Liberty Hill Panthers. These guys doing a good job of gang tackling. You know, his brother is listening. Well, how many times was Walker in the huddle last week, Tim, with the referees trying to make some stuff happen? Maybe tonight he can get in there and do the same thing.
Well, the Panthers held. It is 4th down, and the Manor Mustang offense comes off the field, and the kicking unit comes on for what is going to be a 30-yard field goal attempt. Snap is back, the kick is up, and looks like it's long enough, but it is no good, and the Mustangs come up with nothing, and Liberty Hill holds. Their offense is going to take the field.
Wide right, Tim. That kick had plenty of distance, and it looked like it was going to go right through. It just sailed to the right a little bit. Not much wind out here. He just might have mishit it or something with the hole, but good job of this Liberty Hill defense holding them to a goose egg.
Panthers are going to get the ball at the. They've not set the ball yet.
Ball goes over on down.
But real quickly, a shout out to Malcolm and Debbie Terry listening from their home in Liberty Hill. At least I think that's where they're at. There's no telling if they're at a football game listening to us, Greg. But Malcolm and Debbie Terry listening. One of their sons is a coach here for the Liberty Hill Panthers and actually has a couple of rings on his fingers from winning state championships. But thank you. First down play, a pitch to the left-hand side to Gonzalez, and he's bunched up for a short gain of maybe 2 yards.
Tim, very rarely do you see a Liberty Hill running back tentative, and that's really what happened there due to the pressure of this Manor Hill defense on the right side. Gonzalez really didn't know where to go. That hole kind of closed up real quick.
You know, you're right. He looked like he was trying to read the hole instead of just busting it. Usually you see him going and hoping and looking for the hole to open up as they're having the momentum of their run. But you're right, he was a little tentative. Here we go, 2nd and 8. Ball's on the left-hand hash. Takes the snap, hands off to Harrison, right-hand side. He gets hit after a short gain of maybe 2 yards. He looks like they're going to mark him down at the 25-yard line, and it will bring up 3rd and 5.
Great play fake there by Searly because he's setting up that play for later on if the quarterback does decide to keep it. Great carry out of the fake.
It is 3rd down, and they need 5 balls at the just short of the 25, closer to the 24. Officially, it's going to be 3rd and 6. We have a minute left to go until the end of the first quarter of play. Harrison in motion right-hand side. Inside handoff to Gonzalez, but there's a flag. There was movement before the snap against the Panthers, and it's going to back them up 5 yards.
That's tough. That's a tough penalty, and you're going to start this Liberty Hill offense. It's 3rd down and 10 right now.
Really close to 11, so we'll see what they come up with here. Liberty Hill does have quite a few plays we've seen from this situation, but it always seems to surprise us, so you just can't predict it.
We have our favorite plays that we like to see. If it's going to be that pitch or maybe the one of those passes.
Here we go. 3rd and 10. Harrison in motion right-hand side. Quarterback's going to keep it. It looks like he kept it. And nothing going there. I'm not really sure what. I think the quarterback still has it. Or, you know what? I don't know. I can admit that I don't know who had the ball.
There was a quarterback keeper. I don't know if it was a busted play that looked like the stretch pitch was on, but it didn't happen. And instead of making a bad pitch, or maybe instead of doing something that wasn't right, Searly hangs on to it, and they're going to punt it away.
Mason Shipley comes on to punt the ball. He's standing at about his 6-yard line. There are 2 Mustangs deep.
Shipley lines up for the punt for the Panthers.
And that's going to be into the first quarter, and we're going to take a quick break as the whistle blows, and we're going to go to second quarter of play. But Liberty Hill leads 7-6 as we head to the second quarter. You're listening to the Liberty Hill football on the KMAX Sports Vype Media Network.
This is the KMAX Sports Network, and this is what we do.
Looking left, throws into the end zone. Snap again, he hits the turf, and Devon scoops it up. Cameron Wilkins holds on the end zone.
10-5, touchdown.
If you like the sound of that, then let us broadcast your team. Send an email to merle@kmaxsports.com or chuck@kmaxsports.com to find out how. Bringing your teams to you since 2003. It's what we do. We are KMAX Sports.
Manor and Greg, you got some good music going.
I opened up the toolbox. This week, Tim, and managed to get a little Prodigy there.
Yeah.
Listening to some ZZ Top, and
awesome.
Good to have some good music, Tim.
All right, you hadn't played Born to Run yet, but
I'll get there.
Yeah, Mason Shipley's about his 6-yard line, gets the punt away. It is downfield. It's going to bounce about the 45, and they're just going to get away from it and let it roll. It's going to take a little bit of a Liberty Hill roll to the Mustang 33-yard line.
Flip the field. excellent punt. Get the Liberty Hill defense out there. They managed to hold them scoreless last time. So as we're settling into this game, we're seeing how these two teams are starting to play one another.
All right, couple of score updates. Cedar Park leads Central 14-0. McNeil leads Vista Ridge 21-7. Cedar Ridge leads Vandergrift 7-0. Hope to have some more scores for you here in a little bit. It is 1st and 10 for the Mustangs at their own 33-yard line. Ball's on the right-hand hash. There are 2 receivers to the right and 2 to the left, and 1 running back offset to the right-hand side of Matthew Hill, the quarterback. He takes a snap, throws it out to the right. It is caught, and first down, a pickup of about 12 out to midfield. It is complete to Brendan Johns.
Hill has a nice pass, a nice ball. It's coming out quick. And these receivers so far have made a bunch of catches. This Liberty Hill defense under attack all last week,
right.
So they're right back in the fire.
It is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Matthew Hill's looking to the sideline, man in motion to the left-hand side. He hands off to that man in motion. He's trying to cuts back inside. It'll be a gain of about 4 yards before the Panthers are able to stop him.
Led by Corey Schmidt, Mason Ogle. Again, a whole gang of tackles. Austin Knox. This Liberty Hill defense really does flow to the ball well.
Pick up about 4. It'll be third and 2nd and 6. It almost like a 3 on the marker, but 2nd and 6. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Matthew Hill looking again to the sideline, see if there's going to be a change of play. Takes the snap. He looks left, now looks right. He tucks it. He's going to run it himself, and he is going to be a little short of the first down, but nice stop by the Panthers to keep him from getting the first down. He gets down to the Liberty Hill 48-yard line.
Not a lot of times you get a free shot at a quarterback standing straight up, running up the middle, but this Liberty Hill defense took 2 swipes at him. Hill dodged them both, and he's still going to be under shotgun here on this next play.
So now it's 3rd down. They'll need 2 yards to pick up the first down. There are 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and 2 running backs in the backfield flanking Matthew Hill. Matthew throws it out to the left-hand side, and it is going to be incomplete as the Panthers read that pretty well, and it's going to stop them and force a 4th down.
Brady Brewer has seen that play too many times. This coaching staff also letting them know, if you see that quarterback getting ready to pump his arm, get up there, maybe set him up for a fake later on, but Brewer, excellent blowing it up, and now Manor with a decision to make.
I think they're going to try to get the Panthers to jump off sides here, but they are going for it, and they're trying to get the Panthers to jump, and Panthers are not going to go for it. I think they're going to call another timeout here and punt the ball away. That's just my opinion, but nope, here they go. There was a call made from the sideline, and they're going to take the snap and hand off the left-hand side, and the Panthers are going to eat that up and going to stop him from getting a first down.
Tim, excellent call to say that they were going to try to get him off sides. That's exactly what they did. They decided to settle into something, and it was not happening. A host of Liberty Hill defenders up the middle, and they lost yards on that play. Right. Tim, on 4th down, they lost yards going for it with a stretch play, just going nowhere. Excellent job by this Liberty Hill defense.
Liberty Hill takes over on downs, and they will be on their own 49-yard line. Excellent field position. Ball's on the right-hand hash. Kerley takes a snap, hands off to Gonzalez left-hand side, and he gets out of a tackle, picks up about 5 yards, but again, he looked a little timid on his footwork right there, Greg.
It looked like somebody was in the backfield, might have caused him to slip, and you thought he might have been down in the backfield, but Gonzalez keeping his feet moving like all these Liberty Hill backs do. Their feet never stop. They just keep going, and he picks up 5, which should have been a loss.
Nice game by Gonzalez, 2nd and 5. Kerley takes a snap, hands off right up to middle to the fullback. He breaks open, gets across the 35, the 30 before he's brought down close to the 25-yard line. We'll call it the 27.
Kirkendall right up the middle, and now you're seeing this Liberty Hill offense firing on all cylinders. Tim, all those fakes were carried out. You didn't know where the ball was until it was 10 yards down the field.
Right. 1st and 10. Takes a snap. He hands off to Harrison, left-hand side. He's dancing around, cuts back inside, pickup of about 5 yards before he's brought down.
Harrison patient, waiting for his blocks to set up, and he picks up 5 again, which could have been brought down for a loss, but he manages to tuck in behind his blockers and pick up some valuable yardage on the left side.
So we'll call it a pickup of 4. So it's 2nd and 6. Ball's on the left-hand hash. Kearley's at the line of scrimmage, and he hands off to the left-hand side. No, he's going to keep it across the 20, the 15, to 10, and he's going to score. Jacob Kearley keeps it himself for the touchdown.
We didn't see it much last week, Tim, but now he manages to tuck it, put it on his hip, take it in the end zone. They're talking about, I don't know if there was a flag down or not. Oh, I think it was against Manor.
There was a flag against Manor, and Liberty Hill's going to decline it and take the touchdown.
We saw Kearley running the fakes on the last couple of plays, and you can see this Liberty Hill offense. Guys going everywhere. You don't know where the ball's going. He put it on his hip, slow rolled it around. No one around him. He goes in untouched.
Now, Mason Shipley on for the extra point attempt. The snap's back. The kick is up. And it is good, and Liberty Hill extends its lead to 14-6 with 8:41 left to go in the second quarter until halftime. You are listening to Liberty Hill football on the KMAX Sports Vype Media Network.
1, 2, 3, your coverage of your high school teams. Let's just say we keep it real.
And you know this, man.
This is the KMAX Sports Network.
Welcome back again here in Manor as Liberty Hill extends its lead to 14-6 here in the second quarter of play. If you are listening, please send me an email at libertyhillfootball18@yahoo.com and tell me where you're listening from and if you have someone you'd like to give a shout out during this game. But libertyhillfootball18@yahoo.com. Let me know where you're listening from. We want to hear from you, and we'll give you a shout out on the air. And now Shipley is out to kick it off. It's actually Matthew Shipley going to kick this ball off. And it's teed up at the 40-yard line. And 3 men back for Manor. One standing about the 10, the other one about the 15. The kick is away, and it's going to hit the turf about the 25-yard line. Receiver picks it up the right-hand side. He gets a little bit of a crease down the sideline, and he is going to be tackled close to midfield at about the Mustang 48-yard line.
Excellent field position again for this Manor Mustang team, who has done about as good as you can do without putting it in the end zone. They're getting it on the 45, 50, 55, the 45-yard line on the other side every single time. Haven't seen Shipley kick it deep. I think you might see that next go-round.
Right. Try to just kick it out of the end zone.
He has the leg to do it.
Yeah, he sure does. We've seen him do it on several occasions already. Mustangs are on the field at their own 47-yard line. Ball's on the right-hand hash. Matthew Hill is in at quarterback. He's looking at the sideline. It looks like they're changing the play a little bit. And he takes the snap, looks out left, throws out in the flat complete. He gets a little block, gets across midfield down to the 44-yard line of Liberty Hill before he's run out of bounds.
Credit the Manor receivers there for blocking on that screen play. Basically, again, a long pass. It's just like a long handoff.
Yep.
Where the receiver is getting the ball, maybe a 10, 15-yard pass. It's lateral.
Ball's on the left-hand hash. Now trips. That is 3 receivers to the right. When I say trips, 1 to the left, 1 running back offset to the right of the quarterback, and he's going to inside handoff and nothing doing. It's going to be a drop of about 7 yards of loss on the play.
Corey Schmidt read the draw play and did not fall at all for the fake. He engulfed the running back immediately. I believe it was Taj Brooks.
He was close to taking the handoff.
He really was. but he stayed focused, got the tackle in the backfield, didn't buy the draw fake at all.
Big loss on the play. He's going to make it 3rd and 8. Another long count. They're looking to the sideline, see if they're going to change the play. Matthew Hill again looks at the sideline, and the whole team does. And it looks like they're down And they're going to call a timeout as it looks like they really weren't sure what the call right there. This is a big down for them at 3rd and 8 right at midfield. 7:34 left to go until halftime. Liberty Hill leads 14-6. The Panthers defense is actually doing a good job. They're giving up some plays on the pass a little bit, and they did give up that big touchdown play. But really, when they're bowing up when they need to.
Right now, you're seeing it with that draw play right there. The running attack of the Manor Mustangs is non-existent right now. Mm-hmm. You would expect Taj Brooks to go off. Tim, honorable mention, Vype Media preseason player, and he hasn't gotten out of the blocks just yet, thanks to this Liberty Hill defense.
Now the teams are coming back on the field after that brief timeout. And it is 3rd and 8 at the Mustang 49-yard line. There are 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Look on maybe a one-on-one isolation with this receiver down here on the left-hand side. Man in motion going left. Takes the snap. Now he's looking right, throwing deep right, and he has a receiver. He overthrows him. Incomplete pass. It's going to bring up 4th down, and I don't think they're going to go for it here.
No, I think you have to punt here if you want a chance to. You don't want to miss it here and give the ball to Liberty Hill on the 50. They're going to take their chances and punt it away. That play was almost another great pass by Hill to maybe tie this ball game.
All right, it's 4th down. The Mustangs are going to punt from their own 49-yard line. Back deep for Liberty Hill is Brady Brewer. The punter is Courtney Patridge. He's standing about his 35-yard line. The snap is back. He gets the punt away. It's going to hit the turf and bounce, and Brewer's going to just get away from it, but it's taking a very nice Mustang roll down to the 1-yard line.
That's how you draw it up when you're punting the ball, Tim. You want your guys to get down there and stop that ball on the 1-yard line to perfection. That punt by Patridge Lee, no chance for Brewer to return.
So, got to be a little careful here. Can't be. This is probably where they're going to do inside handoff. We may see that fullback right here on this play, trying to get a little breathing room out of the end zone. Here they go, up the line of scrimmage, and they are going to hand it off to the fullback, and it gives them a little bit of room. And gets to the 6-yard line. Actually, that's a pickup of 5 yards.
There's that breathing room you were talking about, Tim, and this drive for the Manor defense really is, they've just given up 2 scores to this team who have taken it down the field time after time, and now they're up against it again. It really could be a turning point in this ballgame. Do not want to go down, 14 points as it sits.
2nd down. Offense up the line of scrimmage, handoff left-hand side to Gonzalez. He gets across the 10 and finally down to about the 13-yard line. We'll call it the 12.
Flag on the play.
And so
44, Shane Gonzalez on the carry.
I'm a little confused. There's the flags on the near sideline,
Flag on the play.
But no indication of who it's going against really at the moment. I think it's going against Manor. I mean, the Panthers aren't backing up, Greg.
Yep. On the defense, number 23, the penalty will decline. The play resulted in a 1st down.
So the Panthers declined the penalty because they picked up the 1st down. And the ball's going to be placed, looks like, at the 12-yard line of Liberty Hill. Ball's right smack dab in the middle of the field, between the hashes. We have 6 minutes and 20 seconds left to go until halftime. Kearley under center, and he is going to inside handoff to Gonzalez again. He gets across the 15 down to about the 17-yard line.
Gonzalez an arm tackle away from being shot out of the left side of that Liberty Hill offense like a bullet. Just that arm just slowed him up and let the rest of the Manor defense get to him. But you can feel this Liberty Hill. You can feel this Liberty Hill offense just a whisker away from breaking another big one.
2nd down and 6. And they're got their play. They're coming up to the line of scrimmage really quick. This offense runs very, very fast. Kearley under center takes the snap. Inside handoff to Harrison across the 20 to the 28, 29-yard line. It is enough for another first down.
There's Harrison with his, patented run up the middle, picking up good yards. Seems like every time he touches the ball, he picks up 4 or 5.
Again, the ball's in the middle of the field. Here they are up the line of scrimmage. Man in motion. Kearley hands it off up the middle. Not much doing there. Looks like there's a pickup of maybe 1 as Kirkendall was on the carry.
Number 36, Kirkendall on the carry for the Panthers.
It brings up 2nd and 9.
Going down by number 25, Torian Chester.
Ball sits just past the 25-yard line of Liberty Hill. 4 minutes and 45 seconds left to go until halftime. Liberty Hill leads 14-6. Takes a handoff left-hand side down to the 30-yard line, and that was again Gonzalez on the carry.
So impressed with Kearley's fakes. He does exactly what you're supposed to do as a quarterback in this offense and carry out the fake every single time just to keep those defenders off balance, maybe a step or 2.
3rd and 5. Handoff left-hand side again to Gonzalez, and he's bunched up, only a gain of about 2. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 2 or 3 needed for the first. There's 4 minutes left to go in this second quarter of play.
Interesting call.
It will be an interesting call. The offense is staying on the field. And there's a play coming in. There is a play coming in. Looks like the Panthers are going to go for it with 4th and about 2. Up the line of scrimmage they come. Kearley trying to draw off the defense. And they're just going to call timeout. And they're going to talk about it. And now we may see the punting unit come onto the field. They were trying to see if they could catch the Mustangs offside this time, and they did not. So Liberty Hill calls this timeout. They're going to talk about it, but but you don't want to also punt it. They have some incredible athletes, Manor does, and they've been making some really good returns.
The fact that we're even discussing going for it on 4th down and you're on your 25-yard line, you're up 8 in this ball game. This is a absolute no-brainer to punt for just about every other team. This Liberty Hill team picks up 3 yards in a cloud of dust whenever they want, and so at least that's how they feel, right? They feel like they can do that. So it is definitely a discussion, and if they do want to give it back to them here,
it's tough to give it back to them right here if you don't pick it up. But I still am. Manor has returned the kickoffs very well, and even the punt return. That to me, that might be more dangerous, is put in the hands of a return man. And the offense is on the field, Greg.
Here they go.
They're not going to punt it. Jacob Kearley, the quarterback for the Panthers, is bringing his offense out onto the field on 4th and 2 at their own 33. Now Manor calls a timeout. They're going, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, don't you love the cat and mouse?
It is definitely cat and mouse. Whoa. I think they just saw something that they never saw before. I couldn't see anything different on the Liberty Hill offense, but Manor did not like it at all and immediately called the timeout.
What they have not seen is someone on 4th and 2 with 3.5 minutes left to go until halftime, go for it on 4th down in their own territory at their own 32-yard line.
It really speaks volumes about the confidence that Coach Walker has in his offense.
Sure it does.
It's nothing to do with lack of confidence in the defense. The defense is playing great. You hold Manor to 6 points in the first half. He just honestly feels like you have to think he feels like they can pick up the first down.
And I'm still thinking that I don't know if it's better to punt it and let them return the ball. But so the offense is still out there, and we're still going to see them go for it. Isn't this fun?
I love it.
This is fun. Where are you tonight, folks? You're listening to us us broadcast the game to you. So I'm glad we're able to bring it to you. Here they go, 4th and 2. Kearley up to the line of scrimmage, barking out the call. Man in motion, left-hand side. Again, they're going to try to draw them off sides.
Timeout.
And Liberty Hill calls a timeout. Wow.
Little gamesmanship right here going on between these two coaches, trying to figure out. It's such a pivotal point in this ball game right here, going down, 20-21-6, as opposed to giving the ball back.
And let's talk about something that maybe your listeners don't understand. Liberty Hill gets the ball in the second half.
That's right.
Liberty Hill doesn't want Manor right here to get the ball in a good position either and have a chance for a short field, because then Manor may have some momentum going in at halftime. Liberty Hill would like to go in at halftime with this lead.
Absolutely.
And so right now is a crucial decision and execution of what they're going to do. And I don't know, on a punting situation, good punters can actually probably squib it on the ground, could they not?
Sure. Yeah, and we see Shipley, when he punted it last time, definitely flipped the field. So they have the ability to get that punt off. But here comes the offense.
We're not going to see the punter now, are we, Greg?
Nope. Not on this. Unless there's another timeout. Back to back timeout. You don't see it a lot.
Here they go. Again, 4th and 2. Kearley's under center, takes the snap, hands off left-hand side of Gonzalez. He has the first down and a little bit more, and they convert for a first down.
Even if Liberty Hill doesn't get a score on this play, on this drive, that play right there,
bingo,
puts Manor, on its heels. Liberty Hill gets a chance to run some more plays
and run the clock. 1st and 10 from their 36-yard line. Handoff. Right side to Harrison. He picks up about 3 yards on the play. Keeps in bounds and keeps the clock moving, more importantly. It'll be 3rd and 7. And the ball sitting about the 39-yard line of Liberty Hill. They're up to the line of scrimmage. Kearley takes the snap, hands off directly up the middle to Kirkendall. He's still on his feet, gets across midfield, across the 45, down to the 48-yard line of Manor.
Now there's the big play you're looking for. Now you're on the 46-yard line here, or the 42-yard line rather, and now the field goal comes into play too, as this clock starts ticking down.
Ball's at the Manor 47-yard line. Liberty Hill's up to the line of scrimmage. Man in motion, left-hand side. Again, handoff. There's a pass on the play. Throw downfield. It is going to be intercepted about the 20. Manor running it down the side on the right-hand side before he's run out of bounds. It just hung up there way too long.
Just what you didn't want to have happen.
Right.
What was a turnover after you get it on 4th down and you get it across midfield. Liberty Hill tried to catch him off guard.
Yep.
Credit this Manor defense to settle in and get the interception.
Now Manor has the ball, 1st and 10 from their own 43-yard line with 2 minutes and 17 seconds left to go to work with. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and 2 running backs in the backfield with the quarterback. There's going to be a fake handoff, pass out to the right-hand side, and he runs out of bounds. That pass is complete to Taj Brooks, and a pickup of about 7 yards.
There's Taj Brooks. Not getting much done on the ground, but he can catch the ball there. We've seen for a good pickup, and he does get out of bounds as opposed to Harrison trying to keep the clock running. These guys trying to stop it.
2nd down, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Matthew Hill looking to the sideline, takes the snap, looks left, throws it left. It is complete at about the 40-yard line, and he's brought down about the 39-yard line, complete to Ernest Musso.
Good pitch and catch there by Hill to Muse. Found the soft spot in the zone.
He did stay in bounds, so the clock is continuing to run. It is 1 minute and 50 seconds left to go until halftime. Liberty Hill leads 14-6. Hill looks to the sideline, takes the snap, looks left, throws it left down deep for receiver. He overthrows his receiver. Incomplete pass. It's going to bring up the next down, and second down and 10. Ball's at the 39-yard line of Liberty Hill. Ball's on the left-hand hash.
Muse getting loose down the sideline. Brewer underneath on the coverage there, and Trenton Seward with the safety over the top. They double covered him. Incomplete pass.
One receiver to the left, two to the right. Ball's on the left-hand hash. Hill takes the snap, throws it out right in the flat, complete at the 35, across the 30, the 20, the 25, and he's run out of bounds. And there is.
You saw the receiver trying to block for him, Tim. I threw my hands up because you can't block him in the back, especially when he catches it like that. They're going to back him up. That's a tough penalty. After Brendan Ketchum just barely missed that ball as it was releasing out of Hill's hands, putting Brooks out into the field, but the block in the back is going to bring it back.
Good call. I didn't see that, Greg, and that's what we pay you the big money for, is to see all those details.
Well, as a receiver, Tim, back in the day, I got yelled at plenty of times for blocking in the back, so I know what that's like.
But I tell you what, looking through this Vype magazine, Greg Ceriti's listed here as all color man for Vype Media Network going into the preseason.
I think you might have wrote that in.
No, I don't know. It looks legit to me. All right, here we go. Repeat second down after the mark off, looking left, throwing downfield, has a receiver, and it is intercepted by Liberty Hill, and he runs into the end zone, so it's going to be a touchback.
Trey Seward, he was in perfect position on the coverage, spun around. I don't even know if he got the ball. He just turned around. It was in his breadbasket. Excellent coverage. All about position there. That ball was on him so quick.
It looked like Hill and him had been working on that all week.
It really did.
So get interception by the Panthers, and they're going to mark him down, not a touchback at the 4. So when he intercepted the ball, his momentum after he caught it takes him into the end zone. So I was curious of what they were going to do there, Greg, and I don't.
It looked like he might have tackled him as he was going down. So they're gonna say he touched him, and it's going to be on the 3-yard line. Doesn't matter. Great play by this defense to get the ball turned over. Liberty Hill going to be real safe here, getting the ball back in the second. Probably not going to see another pass or a pitch. Just run this clock out.
1 minute and 23 seconds left, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to run it right up the middle for really no gain on the play. Maybe a yard, bring up 2nd and 9.
I'm pretty sure Manor is out of timeouts. I think they called the one early, and then they just had 2. I'm not sure. The board says 3. I know that's off.
For both teams, it's not right. They're not keeping up with it on the scoreboard. So clock's now under a minute at 55 seconds and counting. Liberty Hill is going to try to run this clock out with just some safe plays. And again, the quarterback's going to keep it left-hand side. He's going to get across the 10. He breaks free down the sideline, across the 20, the 30 before he's run out of bounds at about the 33-yard line.
Well, just when you think they're going to take it easy, now here you go out to the 35-yard line. This Liberty Hill offense can pick them up in chunks too, Tim.
They sure can, but, their main goal is to get into halftime. Yes, it'd be nice to score with 35 seconds left, but I know they're really wanting to not give the ball back to Manor anytime soon. Now they're up the line of scrimmage. Inside handoff looks like to Harrison, and he's brought down at the 35-yard line after a short gain of 2.
And that might be the last play of the half.
Yep, I think they're bringing in a play, but it doesn't make. Yeah, but they're coming up to the line of scrimmage. I think they're wanting another shot, at least one more play. Takes a snap, pitches out the left-hand side of Gonzalez. He's running towards the sideline and gets run out of bounds at about the 37 with 7 seconds left to go until halftime.
I-formation pitch. That looked like just a regular old play there, right. not the normal T motion that we see out of this Liberty Hill team. That was just a nice little pitch to the side and see what become of it, and they picked up 5.
Stick around at halftime. We are going to broadcast the audio of the Liberty Hill marching band here at halftime, so stick with us if you want. Go get a snack. Here go Liberty Hill in their last play. They're going to run it to Gonzalez, right-hand side, across the 45, across midfield. A nice gain. Finally, he's tackled at the Mustang 44-yard line, and that's going to do it for halftime. And the Panthers are going to go into the locker room leading 14-6. And Greg, before we go to the marching band and before they get set up, let's finish up with our thoughts on the first half of what we saw in the first half and what you thought.
Kearley, 24-yard touchdown run. Harrison doing what he does, 5-yard touchdown run. This Liberty Hill team pretty proficient with their offense so far. Had the turnover. You felt like they could have had another one there. So you have to feel good about the offense and what they're doing. Not spectacular, but excellent job of picking up a couple of scores. I'm more impressed with the defense.
Right.
The defense just under fire, giving up 52 points in the loss last week. Turnaround against this high-powered Manor offense and held them to 6 points. Got a turnover of their own, turned them over on downs, and really containing Taj Brooks, who really just hasn't gotten off at all tonight.
No, he has not. And again, I get a feel that they're wearing down the defense for the Mustangs, and we may see something here in the second half. But Liberty Hill needs to stay up defensively and keep them off the board. Some score updates before we go to the band. Cedar Park leads Central 21-6. That's San Angelo Central. And McNeil's leading Vista Ridge 28-14 with 2:44 left to go until halftime. And Cedar Ridge leads Vandergrift 7-0. Fredericksburg in our district leads Cedar Creek 6-0. Taylor and Giddings are tied at 7. Lockhart leads Burnett 10-7, and Wimberley leads Canyon Lake 7-0. And we're going to take a quick break, but you can listen to the fine music from the Liberty Hill High School Marching Band.
Alberto Ortiz, Blue Line Trail Elementary School. Babu Blake, Decker Middle School. And Desiree Sheffy, Mount. Let's give these teachers a round of applause in recognition and honoring them for the Teacher of the Week. Thank you.
Gentlemen, please welcome to the field the award-winning Liberty Hill High School Liberty Bells. Tonight the Bells will perform their routine to Lips Are Moving.
had your surgery when you had it this week? Okay. Feel some of that pressure coming out? Feel some of that pain coming out? Oh, yeah. Hey, how are you, Fred? Just right here. Maybe coming out to get some fresh air. We ain't gonna go too far. Yeah, maybe a hangout right here.
You gotta have some barbecue up there and do.
Yeah, but this game is so fast. I don't feel. Man, we have to, I know it. That's how they do it. We have to stay on top of it. We don't get a break, huh, D?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the field of 2018-2019 award-winning Marching Panther Band. The Panther Band is under the field direction of Assistant Drum Majors Will Harbour and Carly Dodd. Head Drum Major Sarah Hill. The Panther Band would like to thank the Liberty Hill
Willie!
Superintendent
Right here!
Assistant Superintendent
What's going on, man?
Don't go any further, Timmy.
I know it.
Assistant Principals Justin Walker and Monica Miller.
Right here.
Special thanks to the Liberty Hill Band Boosters and all of our amazing band. The Panther Band would like to invite the audience to the Magic Tonight's show will include well-known themes by Breeze, Beethoven, and Debussy. Ladies and gentlemen, the Panther Band proudly presents The Sun, the Moon, and the Stars.
Yeah, I saw that score.
Oh, really? Where's he from? He did this year, didn't he? First time, sometimes it's overwhelming. I have my hip replaced. Hey, Tiger, after this one here, they're going to do all right with that. I have to have both of them replaced. Yeah. Head coaches, yeah, different. Yeah. You maybe not have to do something to them. Exactly. It's kind of overwhelming. Like, get like that, you got to do They do spread it. Really? But we playing man-to-man on it. Are you serious? You can't respect they run that much. They don't run it like this. Y'all don't run it like they run it. And then put him in throwing it. First time he didn't hit. Throwing it. It came right back. That just makes him play on the ball. And then they put us in, and then he scored. And then we end up, it was 4th and 20. Thank you. Tim.
Drive back.
Say hi to her.
Because about the way, you know, it's all
See if they can make an announcement.
And I'm just
driving.
It's quiet.
Hi. You got to bring your husband.
I should.
Yeah. That's hard.
I didn't want to bring him last time.
Yeah, I know it.
After school.
Yeah.
He was going to come. He was like, he came to my school a couple of times just to volunteer.
they played.
Liberty Hill High School Marching Band performs. Did a great job. And Greg, there's so much go into high school athletics on a Friday night. Much of the school is involved in Friday night.
You're seeing it right here in this Manor community. Crowd packed. The girls are out. The Liberty Hill dance team out there. The band's out there. You're right. It is a buzz out here. It's Friday night football. Friday Night Lights here in Central Texas, Tim, and this is we're witnessing a grand display of it.
Now, Greg, you grew up and played high school in Pennsylvania. Is that correct?
That's correct, Tim.
What is the differences that you see in high school football, maybe from Pennsylvania, from what people talk about as in Texas as high school football on Friday night?
The main difference is, Tim, I played on Saturdays, right? We didn't play on Friday nights. We played on Saturdays. That was just when I grew up in my hometown. Give a shout out to my hometown, Clark Summit, Abington Heights Comets. We played on Saturdays, Tim. That's what we did. Every now and then you had a Friday night game, and we'd go into the big city of Scranton, Pennsylvania, and make that happen. But the main difference was I grew up playing in the afternoon, and our band would march through the town in the morning, and everyone would come and do the same thing. It was just as much of a community atmosphere. Pennsylvania, a big state for high school football as well. So, that sense of community, you feel that same thing. We talked about it before the game. Do you remember this kind of feeling when you were playing? And you never lose that as a player. You always remember what that was like.
Now, we're going to have some homecoming festivities, so we can talk and stretch this out as long as we like. But I'm curious to know, Friday nights for you before the football game, it was a weekend night. What was the routine? Did coaches want you in bed or at home, or did y'all have rules that you needed to abide by? And what happened?
Absolutely, yeah. You had practice. You had your walkthrough. That's when we did our walkthrough. Was Friday afternoon. You got out of class and you went, and we're game planning, and we're not hitting anybody. We're maybe in shoulder pads and going through our drills and doing the things that these guys are probably doing on a Thursday. Same thing. We're just doing it on our Friday and playing on that Saturday. So yeah, you had to be in bed early. Now I'm not saying that that's what we did, Tim, because we're crazy high school kids as we are, and I've played a few games, maybe a little tired.
Did you stayed out a little late, and so you played during the day?
That's right.
Really? Did you ever play high school under the lights?
A few times, but not many. Maybe 5 or 6 times. In my career, I played them, but the great majority of it was during the day.
That's interesting. You just don't know how the communities do it, but in Texas, again, when Liberty Hill was smaller several years ago, I actually counted on the field. I knew the enrollment of Liberty Hill, and then I also counted how many people were involved, from the band to the drill team to the football players, and even sort of, on a Friday night, it was like 40% of the school population was involved in Friday night that when they were smaller. Now that's not the case now, but there are a lot of people. I mean, I can look right now. The drill team has what looks like to be close to maybe 25, 30 girls. The band is over 100, and so there's just so many people, and even the community. There are people. We'll talk about the Panther Pit Crew. I want to get one of those guys on the air with us one night, to talk about what they're doing. They're funding scholarships and doing a lot of great things, and we see them down there with that inflatable, which you really are digging, right?
Absolutely.
So, but they're down there now. Even those guys, some of them don't even have kids in the program anymore, that they're just giving back and volunteering to the school and to the community, and that says a lot for people to be involved. Even Malcolm and Debbie Terry, they don't have a kid in the program and haven't had a kid in the program for several years, and just up until like last year, I think Debbie was still involved with the Booster Club, and that says a lot. That loving to be involved, loving to be part of the community, and so there are a lot of of people out there that do those types of things.
And I'm seeing they're blowing up the inflatable now, Tim. I'm such a fan of the inflatables. Now, our cheerleaders did our run through, Tim, and I'm sure that's what happened when you were playing. Your cheerleaders did it on, during the week. They made a big banner and probably tried to make fun of the other team or said some kind of something funny, and then we ran through it. And back when we were calling these games and Liberty Hill didn't have an inflatable, it really bothered me because everybody else. It did bother me, but everybody else had a run through. Tim, we were one of the only schools that didn't have an undefeated team, on a state title, didn't have an inflatable. But now here, this Liberty Hill team has inflatable ready to go through.
I understand you shouldn't get all hurt because Liberty Hill didn't have it, but what did they have? They had bling. They had 2 rings.
They did
to show for it, and so when you got the rings, you don't need all that fancy stuff with these inflatables that come out like a lion or a big, unicorn or whatever it is.
Why can't you have both is what I'm going to say. In that situation there, why can't you have both? That's what we have now, so we're gonna go with that.
Did you ever walk through an inflatable?
Not even one time.
Did you? Signs. We did signs, and I didn't even bust through the signs. I was last man out. I was the guy in the back. I didn't want to bust through it. I was all to myself, going down, through it. But I wasn't the guy that was all hyper in the front and wanted to break down, the paper that was in the front and the sign. That wasn't me.
I've busted through some signs. I wanted to get a piece of it when I ran through.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And you did. I did not.
I want to get a piece of that sign.
I did not. So, they've teed up the Panther right there, but it's going to be a little while longer before Liberty Hill comes out because of the homecoming festivities. And I told Coach Walker, guys, what's amazing is that Manor chose Liberty Hill to have their homecoming game. Usually you choose a team that you are pretty confident that you can beat to be some feel-good stuff on your homecoming. And I have never, in my years of being involved with Liberty Hill football, seen a school choose Liberty Hill to host their homecoming game to. And Walker said, well, it might be some bulletin board material later in the week or whatever, but surprising to me.
This team, with the way that it's playing right now, they really are going to be a handful for just about anybody that takes the field, at least on the offensive side of the ball. You're going to have to figure out a way to stop them. So, as the festivities get underway, this is still a ball game here. It is 14-6. They're definitely not. It's definitely not done. So there's a lot of football left for sure. But yeah, it is surprising that someone would want to play them for their homecoming.
Well, they are teeing up for that. Greg, were you part of a homecoming court at all when you were in high school?
Tim, I was the homecoming king at my school.
You were not.
Tim, I was. You could have somebody call in if you like. I got a picture with a crown and everything, Tim.
Oh, you have a picture with a crown.
Can you believe it?
Yes and no. You were so you didn't go in at halftime and get talk. You went out and you got the crown.
I did. I was fortunate enough to have that happen. So it's a good memory, right, from school. That's a good memory to have.
It sure is. So
my buddies gave me a lot of gruff about it.
Did they?
Absolutely, absolutely.
I wasn't. Greg, you were much more popular than I was in high school, and I just went to my 35-year reunion last Saturday night.
Holy cow!
Yeah,
35 years.
Yes,
Galena Park.
Galena Park in the Houston area. The Galena Park Yellow Jackets. And I was somewhere a couple days ago where a guy goes, he was an older fella. He goes, yes, I remember Galena Park. They kicked our butt every year. And it was like 1972 when he was in high school at another school in the Houston area. So, yeah, we hated to play them. He says and on that side of town, it was very blue collar, steel workers, refinery workers. All of our parents dads worked in something along the ship channel there in Houston. Tough kids, man, really, really tough kids. And Galena Park played for didn't win any, but played for 2 state championships in the 60s, and through the 70s had some really good teams. And, and then I played in the early 80s. So a lot of fond memories. We talk about football. I was asking you earlier, do you remember this moment where you come onto the field? And you said absolutely. And it is. These kids are making memories they'll never forget the rest of their life, and all of them, band included. I played on the football team and hung out with the band, and so very odd. But I understood. But I did. I hung out with the band. We had a great time. But even the band has memories. They're going to go to contests and have memories. They have memories up in the stands of things that happen. They start practicing just as early as the high school football team does.
You really are building skills that you're going to use for the rest of your life. Being part of a team, being part of a community,
right.
and whether you're in the band, whether you're in the color guard, whether you're on the drill team, the dance team, or you're on the football team, you really are. You become a close-knit unit, and you're learning to work with people. Again, skills that you're going to learn. Your skills that you're going to use for the rest of your life.
Well, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, the halftime, the homecoming festivities may be over, and we're getting ready to play. But we'll be right back. Liberty Hill leads 14-6. You are listening to Liberty Hill football on the KMAX Sports Vype Media Network.
KMAX Sports is the largest online broadcast company in Central Texas. How large is that? Well, think of the Congress Avenue Bridge Bat Colony.
Okay, folks, here they come. They're flying out from under the bridge. They appear to be Louisville Slugger, and they're falling. Oh, the humanity.
As God is my witness, I thought bats could fly. Bringing your teams to you since 2003 without dropping the ball or the bat. We are KMAX Sports.
At Austin Pets Alive, the mission is to promote and provide the resources, education, and programs needed to eliminate the killing of companion animals. That means more happy pets joining more happy families every single day. In fact, Austin Pets Alive has saved more than 25,000 dogs and cats since 2008, and you can help. Adopt a new family member, help out with a donation, or roll up your sleeves and volunteer. If you have love, time, or money to spare, and we all have at least one of those, you're needed. Visit AustinPetsAlive.com to get started. Austin Pets Alive, helping people help pets.
1, 2, 3, more coverage of your high school teams. Let's just say we keep it real.
And you know this, man.
This is the KMAX Sports Network.
We hope you're enjoying tonight's broadcast. And while all of us at the KMAX Sports Network are huge football fans, we broadcast more than just football, you know. In fact, KMAX Sports proudly broadcasts volleyball, girls and boys basketball, softball, baseball, soccer, lacrosse, and more. For more information on how you can help KMAX Sports broadcast any of those sports, just reach out to Chuck at KMAXSports.com or Merle at KMAXSports.com, or contact that sports booster club directly. KMAX Sports will gladly work with you and the booster clubs to get that team's broadcasts on the air. And if you're a fan of the other team, well, we can broadcast your team's games too. We realize that, yes, even in Texas, there's more to life than just football. KMAX Sports, bringing your teams to you for 14 years. This is the KMAX Sports Network, and this is what we do.
Looking left, throws into the end zone. Snap again, he hits the turf, and Delmar scoops it up. Cameron Wilkins holds it.
The end zone, 10, 5, touchdown.
If you like the sound of that, then let us broadcast your team. Send an email to Merle at KMAXSports.com or Chuck at KMAXSports.com to find out how. Bringing your teams to you since 2003. It's what we do. We are KMAX Sports.
Vype Media is the state's most comprehensive high school sports media outlet covering UIL, private schools. Vype has been in Texas for over a decade. Visit their website at Vype, VYPE, and also pick up your Vype magazine today. Get in the game with Vype Media.
The halftime show, the big show, Greg Cerriti. Tim Dean here with my partner, Greg Cerriti. And Greg, I haven't told you enough how awesome it is to be back on the air with you after so many years of being absentee we're having a lot of fun.
I do, Tim, and I agree with. So great to be with you here in the booth and calling these games. My wife, she's listening at home. She said, I like listening to you guys. It sounds like this is exactly what you guys would sound if you were just watching a game at the house. I know my wife gets on me because I like to talk about the games that are going on there. She says, go to a high school football game, call it on the air so I don't have to hear it, right?
Exactly. The only difference home, we might have different snacks. That's right. We might have different snacks. So, you might have your go-to dip. I like the French onion. I like the Frito-Lay bean dip with the, I don't know what your go-to is, but
you'd have to the guacamole. Tim, my wife Jennifer, she takes care of business,
right.
So she has a hummus. How you like that?
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Tim, it's good. Tim, it's good. It's a good. I'll have to make some. We get guacamole, a black bean, something like that. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Chips and dips.
We should get together on a football Saturday and watch some football.
There we go.
And do that. So maybe we'll bring everybody, a preview or a recap of our football thing, or we just may do it on the air, on KMAX Sports Saturday football. So anyway, let me do some more score updates I got here. So Cedar Park High School, who started 0-2, and I can't remember the last time they started 0-2. They have been a perennial football powerhouse. Now leads a San Angelo Central 28-6 at halftime. McNeil High School leads Vista Ridge 28-14, also at halftime. Vandergrift trails Cedar Ridge High School 7-0. Fredericksburg Billies will be going to Fredericksburg in a few weeks. Is leading Cedar Creek 12-10. Giddings, the Giddings Buffaloes leads Taylor High School, also in Liberty Hills District, 21-7. Lampasas and Lorena High School are tied at 7. And Lockhart, coached by former Liberty Hill coach Herman, leads 17-7 over Burnett High School. Lockhart over Burnett, 17-7. And Canyon Lake High School, the other team in Liberty Hills District, leads Wimberley 13-7. And those are scores from some of the KMAC schools and teams that are in Liberty Hills District.
And you're talking about those teams, Tim, and I'm holding in my hand the Vype Media inaugural football preview. These guys put together a comprehensive list of players, teams. They have a preseason ranking. They have a preseason team, so to speak, a first team, second team, honorable mention. Several players we had mentioned throughout the game that are playing here tonight are on this team. So just great job by Vype to get this inaugural football preview out, and you get a chance to pick up a copy.
Yep.
And I'm excited to see what they do with it next year. This is the first one. Doing a great job here.
You can pick one up. I think you said at Academy.
Yep, it does. It is sponsored by Academy here. It's up in the corner, so
it's a free publication. You can pick it up at Academy. Stop by there. Probably towards the front desk. You can pick up this Vype magazine with a preview of all the capsules of all the area football teams, including the Austin and San Antonio area. They announced an all-region team. They have lots of players in there. Good read stuff. And so go check it out. It's if you like Dave Campbell's magazine, if you're a fan and you like looking at that stuff, man, they got lots of team pictures in here. A lot of the players' profiles and pictures. They did an outstanding job. And KMAX Sports is now part of the Vype Media Network, so it is all now part of the family. So please go out and check that out. We've looked through it, and it is pretty awesome.
Just real quick here, Tim, District 11 5A D1 Manor, they picked to finish 4th. They have Hutto first, Cedar Park, Georgetown, and then Manor. So, again, they're picking them to go to the playoffs. Vype, District 14 4A D1, they have Liberty Hill at the top of the chain there.
Do.
Canyon Lake, Fredericksburg, Taylor after that. So, really nice publication. If you're into high school football and you like following those things, next time you're at Academy, go ahead and pick one up. You'll be glad that you did.
All right, the teams are starting to come out here at halftime, but I got a couple of announcements. Guys, this might be the third week you're listening to us. It might be the first week you're listening to us, but this is Game 3. Right now, not all the games are funded for broadcasting, so you're not going to hear us next week. And that's unfortunate. Greg and I do want to do the game, but the broadcasts are not fully funded. I think we're short a few games. We're short 3 games. And I'll tell you right now, if you're not aware, we're only scheduled to do a total of the 5 games. We're not going to be doing 3 of the games. So that means that parents and grandparents and relatives of Panther fans everywhere cannot catch the games on the ones we can't broadcast. If you guys know anybody in the community that would be interested in helping fund the broadcast, shoot me an email and I'll get it to the right people at libertyhillfootball18@yahoo.com. That's libertyhillfootball18@yahoo.com. KMAC Sports have been broadcasting Liberty Hill football and athletics since 2007, and they have broadcast now close to 200 Panther games, matches, and events coming into tonight. So we'd love to bring you all the Liberty Hill football games all year long for people all across the world. This year we've had people in Denmark and Hawaii and California and plenty of other states, even, all over the place, and even back home at Liberty Hill. So send me an email if you know anybody that can, but also you can send a shout out to libertyhillfootball18@yahoo.com. So here we are getting ready to start the second half of play. Manor set to kick off. And they boot it. It is deep. Back goes Harrison at about the 5-yard line. He runs it right up the middle, breaks across the 20, the 30, the 35, the 40. Now he's in midfield. He's across there, 40, the 30, the 20. No one's going to catch him. Touchdown, Liberty Hill. A 95-yard touchdown return, but there's a flag on the play, and it looks like it's going to come back.
It's not going to come back too far, though. He got a long way down the field before that flag, but man, can he run. Honorable mention, Vype preseason player, Harrison, and you just saw why, because he hit the 30 and was shot out of a cannon.
He did awesome, but it's going to come back a little bit. Oh, I'm not saying a little bit. It's going to come back, looks like somewhere around the 40-yard line. We're going to wait till it's all marked off, but they're going to have good field position. They're just not going to have a touchdown.
Unfortunate, but that might be the reason why he did break it for the touchdown, was that penalty. That's why they throw him.
So they're going to mark it off. Again, shoot me an email if you're listening and where you're from. libertyhillfootball18@yahoo.com. libertyhillfootball18@yahoo.com, and I'll give you a shout out on the air. If you listened last week and I gave you a shout out, let's do this again. Shoot me an email. Let me give you a shout out. I want to know that you're listening and where you're listening from. Let me know. I would greatly appreciate it, as well as Greg and the entire KMAC family. We want to know. So Liberty Hill is going to have the ball at the Mustang 44-yard line. They're up to the line of scrimmage, left-hand hash. Kearley barking out the cadence and hands it off the middle. There's a flag on the play, and right off the bat, Kirkendall up to the 35, gets up like pickup of about 9, but I think it's...
They let them get the play off. It's going to be offsides on Manor again. They are really crowding the line to try to get a jump on this offense, and they've gotten caught a handful of times so far, creeping over the line.
And that's going to be enough for a first down. 10-yard gain, gets it to the 34-yard line of the Mustangs. And Liberty Hill quickly up to the line of scrimmage again. Ball's on the left-hand hash. Kearley under center. Takes the snap. Hands off left-hand side to Gonzalez. He gets to the 30-yard line. Pickup of about 4 yards on the play.
Good hard run by Gonzalez off the left side there. You feel, again, like he is just one tackle away from breaking it.
Now the ball is placed at the 31-yard line. Left-hand hash. The Panthers coming out to the line of scrimmage. Kearley under center. Takes the snap. Hands off to Harrison, right-hand side. He gets sort of horse-collared a little bit. Gets across the 30 down to the 29-yard line.
Number 10, Harrison on the carry.
It'll bring up third and about 3 yards to go for the first down.
Down by number 99, Devin Harrison for the Mustangs. Third down.
Plays coming in from the sideline. Just getting started here in the second half of play. Liberty Hill leads 14-6. They have the ball at the Mustang 28-yard line. Kearley takes the snap, hands off up the middle, and a short gain by Kirkendall. Very short. It's going to bring up 4th down, and it looks like it's going to be about close to 3 yards needed for the first.
Well, no-brainer here. They're definitely going to go for it. If you're going to go for it in that second quarter situation, you're definitely going for it here.
Liberty Hill wanting to maintain the momentum that they finished the half with. Needs really close to 3 yards for this first down. They're up to the line of scrimmage. Kearley marking out the cadence. Harrison in motion left-hand side. Handoff right-hand side, and that is Reed Sanders on the carry. His first carry of the year. Picks up the first down.
What a time to get your first carry, and way to deliver Reed Sanders, number 3, with a good hard run up the right side.
Ball's at the 21-yard line. Now the ball's on the right-hand hash. Handoff to Sanders again, right-hand side. He gets across the 20, close to the 18-yard line. It'll bring up second down.
Reed on that carry again. Brought down by number 10.
Good hard run by Reed. Like you said, Tim, his first carry, and now he gets another one, does about the same thing.
It's a pickup of about 3.
Second down.
And it'll be 2nd and 7. And ball's on the right-hand hash. Kearley under center. Harrison in motion right-hand side. Quarterback's going to keep it to the right-hand side. Kearley gets it across the 5. Looks like across the 10 down to about the 8 or 9 yard line.
You'll hear me talk about it once a ball game about these backs blocking for each other, and not only do they run the ball well, but they're out there in front blocking for each other. Excellent job by Harrison there, getting out in front and blocking for his quarterback to pick up the first down off the right side.
It's 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. They're up on the line of scrimmage. Ball's on the right-hand hash. Quickly snaps it. The running backs run into each other. Looks like there was some miscommunication, and there's a large loss on the play of about 3 or 4 yards.
Another rare occurrence, Tim, to see this Liberty Hill offense lose yardage on a run. That is something that you just don't see a lot of. I can't. Definitely not that many yards.
Well, there was something in the backfield. Two running backs ran into each other, and they're going to call a quick timeout, and we'll take a short break with them. Liberty Hill has the ball at about the 16, the 11-yard line. We'll be right back. Liberty Hill leads 14-6 with 8.5 minutes left to go in this third quarter of play. You're listening to Liberty Hill football on the K-Mac Sports Vype Media Network.
At Austin Pets Alive, the mission is to promote and provide the resources, education, and programs needed to eliminate the killing of companion animals. That means more happy pets joining more happy families every single day. In fact, Austin Pets Alive has saved more than 25,000 dogs and cats since 2008, and you can help. Adopt a new family member, help out with a donation, or roll up your sleeves and volunteer. If you have love, time, or money to spare, and we all have at least one of those, you're needed. Visit AustinPetsAlive.com to get started. Austin Pets Alive, helping people help pets.
Back here in Manor, Liberty Hill driving with the ball. We do have a quick shout-out. Coach Michael Rios, listening in, a former Liberty Hill coach who coached my son in middle school. Coach Rios listening in. He's at Salado now and has the night off. Thank you, Coach Rios, from listening. Liberty Hill tosses it to Harrison to the right-hand side. He gets across the 10, across the 5, and gets tackled down about the 1-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and goal.
Harrison waiting for his blocks to set up, and then he cuts to the left just short of the goal line.
And it will bring up 3rd and short. The ball is placed at the 2-yard line.
Brought down by number 42 for the Mustangs, Garcia.
Ball's going to be on the right-hand hash. They're quickly up to the line of scrimmage. Kearley takes the snap, hands off the right-hand side to Sanders, it looks like, and he plunges into the end zone for a touchdown.
Reed Sanders with his first touchdown this year. Off the right side, he carried it 3 times in this drive, picked up a big first down, got another 4 or 5 yards. Now he gets a touchdown. Pretty productive for the senior running back.
And Matthew Shipley is going to come on to the field to attempt the extra point. And the snap's back, the kick is up, and it is good, and Liberty Hill extends its lead 21-6 over the Manor Mustangs. And we have just 7 minutes and 43 seconds left to go in this third quarter of play. Liberty Hill doing what they wanted to do, to come out on the first drive of the half and take it down and score.
Credit Kyle Harrison for putting this team in position to make it happen with an excellent kick return. 9-10 plays later, the ball's in the end zone. And again, hats off to Reed Sanders coming in and next man up philosophy, and he steps in and puts the ball into the pay dirt.
He did a great job, and now Liberty Hill is going to be kickoff, and the Manor Mustangs want to match Liberty Hill score for score, but Liberty Hill played a great defensive game in the first half, hoping to repeat the performance here in the second half of play. Now Mason Shipley tees it up.
Kick it off for the Panthers.
Kicks it off, and that's what they're going to do, is try to kick it out of the end zone. Greg, you called it, and that's exactly what he did. They don't want any more returns, and I'll tell you what, Mason Shipley got his foot into that one.
I'm not reading the tea leaves there, Tim. No. After the 2 or 3 times that they took it past the 50, pretty obvious you're going to try to just negate that situation and kick it out of the end zone, especially when you have that kind of power as a kicker.
Well, the Mustangs are now back on the field for their first possession of the second half.
25-yard line.
And 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 2 running backs in the backfield with quarterback Matthew Hill. Takes the snap, hands off to the right-hand side. Liberty Hill stretches it out. Now the running back reverses his field and has some room, and he gets tackled for a gain of about 4 yards on the play.
Could have been a loss for about 3 or 4.
Yep.
Benford on the carry.
So credit Brendan Johns on the Levante Benford. Credit Benford for the cutback there and to pick up some positive yards.
All right, it'll be second down and about 6 to go. The ball's on the Mustang 29-yard line. Takes the snap. Looking right. He's under pressure. The Panthers are going to get him and bring him down for a sack.
Great pressure up underneath Walker, Beatty, Trey Seward. But I want to talk about the excellent coverage here by Matthew Montez and then the over by Trey Seward, the safety who covered it up. They didn't have time because nobody was open. Kind of a coverage sack, kind of in the middle, Tim. Helping each other out. Team defense there, getting the sack and putting this Manor team on its heels, 3rd and long.
Well, after the sack, it's going to bring up like 3rd and 12. They need to get to the 35-yard line. They're at their own 23-yard line. Man in motion. Takes the snap. He's going to hand off wide, and there's nothing doing. The Panthers are all over it. He's going to be dropped for a 3-yard loss.
Led by Drake Oberpiller. We hadn't called Drake's name all night, but there he goes, gets up there and gets a long stop. Now you're getting to this time of the game, Tim. They're halfway through the third quarter. You're down a couple scores if you're Manor, and you're going to give this ball back to Liberty Hill, and they are just going to start to churn this game around.
Now they're going to have to punt the ball. And back deep is Brady Brewer for the Panthers. He's standing at his own 45-yard line. Snap is back. The punt is away. It's a short punt, and they're just going to let it bounce. And it gets across the 40 down to the 36-yard line of Liberty Hill, and Liberty Hill is going to set up shop there. And as they exchange right here, I want to give a big shout-out for my good friend Tony Stevens listening in. He says, "Go Panthers." And also for Ginger Buckheit listening in, for Josh Lepekinski. I keep butchering that name. I'm going to get it right one time. Ain't Ginger is proud of you and listening in. And thank you for all you listeners listening in. I appreciate it.
Panthers will start this drive off from the 36-yard line.
And now the first play for Panthers handed off. Actually, it's going to be a quarterback keeper off the right-hand side. And there's a flag on the play. He's going to pick up about 3 yards, but there is a flag down. We'll see what it is.
I can't really tell just yet what it's going to be.
It's going to be marked off against Liberty Hill.
Number 3, James Langston for the Mustangs.
And it looks like a
clip.
Yeah, a clipping call. And I'm not even so sure that block was needed, but I really don't even know if that was a design play.
Tim, explain to the listeners, what's a clip?
Well, since I don't have any hair, I'm not 100% sure. No, it is a block in the, down in the back part of the leg.
Against the Panthers and the yards marked off.
I think you probably blocked a few of those.
I've been blocked that way as well.
That's a big penalty right there. It backs the Panthers up to the 25-yard line. And they now have first and what looks like 21 yards to go for the first down. Hand off to Harrison, right-hand side. He cuts back up across the 30. He's going to pick up about 7 or 8 yards to get some of that back.
Number 10, Harrison on the carry. Brought down by number 2.
Tim, we talk about listeners from far away. Let's give a shout out to our QA tonight, our quality assistant in Tucson, Arizona.
That's right.
Len DeSalvo. Len, we appreciate it, bud.
That's right.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, so far he's our long distance listener tonight. Harrison in motion, right hand side, handoff right hand side to that is Reed Sanders, and he gets back to close to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10.
Reed Sanders on the carry.
Clock moving here in the third quarter. This Liberty Hill team trying to get back on track after that penalty.
3rd down. Harrison in motion, right-hand side. They're going to hand off to Harrison. He cuts back inside. He's going to pick up about 5 yards. They'll bring up 4th down. And will the Panthers punt and put it in the hands of the Mustang return guy, or you just go for it here?
This Liberty Hill offense, sometimes you just think they're going to be tackled in the backfield. Here comes the punt team, Tim. You think they're going to be tackled in the backfield, but then they pop it for 5, 6. It happens so frequently. And it just happened again on that play. You thought Harrison was going to be down in the backfield, but good hard running by Harrison to pick up 5.
Langston assisted. Back deep to receive.
And they are going to punt it. And Mason Shipley is the punter. He's standing on about his own 25-yard line, call it 26, is where he's standing. The ball is at the 40. And one man back deep for the Mustangs, standing at his own 25. Big play here because I've said all along, getting in the hands of their return guys is pretty dangerous.
They have been really taking advantage of this Liberty Hill special teams unit, whether it be on kickoff or the punt. They had the one punt return in the first half.
And I don't know what sure the refs are talking about here, but I think they got it squared away. Here we go. Ball is fixing to be snapped back for the punt of Liberty Hill. Snaps back. Good snap. Shipley kicks it, but off his foot to the right-hand side. It goes out of bounds. It's not a very good kick. He might have been trying to angle it to the sideline to prevent the return, but it wasn't. It was only a net punt of about 10 yards.
I think you're right. Last-minute coaching there with Shipley as he went over and spoke with his coach, and I'm sure that's what they're trying to say is just like you were suggesting. Don't kick it right to him. Let's try to get an angle. Try to run a play like that and just caught off the side.
Well, based on where it's marked, it was a net of 5 yards. So Liberty Hill gained 5 yards on that punt. They might have almost just should have gone for it, but who are we? So they picked up many of 4th downs along the way. So Mustangs have the ball in Liberty Hill territory. They're going to pass on 1st down. It's going to be thrown and dropped. They were trying to set up what looked like maybe I don't know, it wasn't a screen. It was just a short pass.
It really was a busted play. Maybe they were looking long again. Montez excellent coverage. So that play, that long pass was not going to happen as Muse was all tied up by Montez.
2nd and 10 from the Liberty Hill 45-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Matthew Hill takes a snap, looks out right, throws it out right. Panthers are there, but they missed the tackle, and he picks up about 8 yards on the play. Actually, let's call it 9, and they may even give him the first down. And they do.
Tim, when you're playing defense and you talk about what you want to do is hit the quarterback every single play that you get a chance to. Well, Walker Beatty just took advantage of that and absolutely lowered the boom on number 18, Matthew Hill.
Here we go, first down from the Liberty Hill 35-yard line. Here with 2.5 minutes left to go until the end of the third quarter. Snap is back, Hill hands off, and he is tackled immediately in the backfield for a loss.
Walker Beatty in quick, grabs him. Another one of those plays where you thought he might have grabbed the handoff. Instead, he wraps up the running back for a loss, bringing up a long second down.
2nd down and 13 yards to go now from the Liberty Hill 38-yard line. Ball's on the right-hand hash. There are 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. 2 running backs flanking quarterback Hill. He drops the ball on the snap, tries to throw it out left to the left-hand side. Incomplete pass. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
Well, that play was going nowhere from the snap. Credit Hill for even getting the ball off.
Hey, I got a big shout out now. Last week you got to shout out your wife. I'm shouting out my fiance, Ernie Jimenez, who is listening from the home with the 3 pets, probably sitting in her lap right now. And so thank you for tuning in and listening. I appreciate it. Now 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right-hand side, 2 running backs flanking the quarterback. Straight drop back. He's looking left now, throws across the middle, complete, and he's tackled. A little short of the first down. It's going to bring up 4th down and 1. Pass is complete to Courtney Patridge.
Tackle by Seward there to bring him up short and bringing up another 4th down here. In this situation, this Manor team has run that stretch play, so I'm wondering if they're going to try to do it again here.
Now it's 4th and 1. And Liberty Hill jumps, and they're going to get a first down right off the bat. And they're going to get a first down just based on the Panthers jumping.
The second time tonight, this Liberty Hill defense has given this Manor team a first down by trying to just be over-anxious on that play, 4th and short. Credit Hill for the hard count.
Now, first down from the Liberty Hill 21-yard line. 1 receiver to the right, 2 to the left, 2 running backs flanking the quarterback, Matthew Hill. And now they're going to get the 5 yards back, but they've already picked up first down as the Manor Mustangs jumped, and they're going to lose 5.
Now, nobody on the same page for this Manor team on that play. You can see the frustration. And this Liberty Hill team tends to do this to people, but you can see the frustration of the players going back to the huddle and looking at their coaches.
First down and 15 now. It's backed up to the Liberty Hill 27-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Hill takes the snap, looks right, throws right on one-on-one coverage. It's caught inside the 5-yard line. It was a really good throw and catch. The coverage was tight, but it was just right there on the money.
Same route, same play that Brendan John scored on in the first quarter. They just got it right there again. That play seems to work right here in this area.
Right. Matthew Montez had good coverage, I felt. He was right in his hip pocket. It just was put in the perfect spot.
It took a good throw and catch to make it happen.
Now it's 1st and goal from the Liberty Hill 2-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. This might be running territory for him, but Liberty Hill has done well in the run. Handoff to the right-hand side, trying to get to the sideline. He's going to be run out of bounds, and he did not get in. I think they're going to mark him out at the 1-yard line.
Wow. It really looked like he stretched the ball and hit the pylon. I think if we were to have instant replay, Tim, that one would be a touchdown because he laid out and that ball looked like it did hit the pylon. The ref literally reaching down and putting the pylon back that was knocked off by the ball.
So here we go, 2nd and goal. The ball is just inches from the goal line. And you know, the quarterback's not under the center in this formation, and he takes a snap, hands off to left-hand side, and the Manor Mustangs are going to have the touchdown on second effort by Tajay Brooks.
There goes Brooks with one of his only positive runs on the night, but it puts 6 on the board.
Yep.
And this Manor team back within the score if they're able to get this extra point.
Now, how important is this extra point, Greg?
Do you go for 2 here after that kick?
Well,
if
they're going to. Looks like they're sending out their kicker, and they still are going to need 2 scores or another score or 8 points.
13 gets them to 1 score.
Yep, they are going to go for it. Takes a snap, and he's going to throw the ball. Passes it, and it is incomplete. No flags on the play, and they failed to convert the 2-point conversion. So it is now 21-12, and Manor is still behind 2 scores here at the end of the third quarter. We're going to take a quick break and catch our breath a little bit. Liberty Hill now leads Manor 21-12. You are listening to Liberty Hill football on the KMAX Sports Vype Media Network.
Vype Media is the state's most comprehensive high school sports media outlet covering UIL, private schools. Vype has been in Texas for over a decade. Visit their website at VypeTexas.com and also pick up your Vype magazine today. Get in the game with Vype Media.
1, 2, 3, hit it! More coverage of your high school teams. Let's just say we keep it real.
And you know this, man.
This is the KMAX Sports Network.
The Manor parents that Manor High School PTA meeting is scheduled for Monday, September 17th at 5:30 p.m. at Manor High School Library. Please go out. Manor PTA parent meeting scheduled for September 17th at 5:30 p.m. See you there.
Back here for the start of the fourth quarter, Liberty Hill leads 21-12 here in Manor. Liberty Hill scored on their first possession of the second half, and so did Manor. And the ball is going to be picked up about the 20 after the kickoff. A returner spins out of a tackle, gets across the 30, down to about the 33-yard line.
Good hard run there by Blake Simpson. The sophomore running back. Coaching staff has to see that hard run. He spun out of 2 or 3 tackles and just kept picking up positive yardage. Excellent catch and run by the sophomore.
So Liberty Hill wanting to maintain the momentum and eat up some more clock here and try to get down the field and score again. They'll start this possession at their own 33-yard line, the right-hand hash. Panthers quickly up to the line of scrimmage. Kearley takes the snap, inside handoff to the fullback, a pickup of what looks like about 5 yards. That's Reed Sanders on the carry.
Sanders now getting a steady diet of carries after that last series. And that first carry doesn't do anything to take away from giving it to him again.
Second down, Panthers.
We'll call it, pick up a 4. It is 2nd and 4. Kearley up to the line of scrimmage quickly. And hand off to Harrison, left-hand side. He gets across the 40 down to the 45-yard line by the 44. It's a pickup, enough of a first down.
Number 10, Harrison on the carry.
Good hard run by Harrison. Quintessential running play from Liberty Hill there, led by their senior running back, Kyle Harrison.
Quickly up the line of scrimmage on first down, and hands off again to Harrison, right-hand side, across midfield to the 48-yard line.
Thought he might have cut it outside for a lot of big yardage there, but he followed his blocker inside. Again, who am I to say which way we're going to go there, but he decided to tuck it up in. Looked like he got a lot of green grass here on the outside.
Brings up second down.
Bring up second down and 2. They're quickly up the line of scrimmage. Kearley takes the snap and hands off right up to, actually going to keep it to the left-hand side. He has the first down across the 45 down to the 42-yard line. Again, the misdeception of this offense, and that's how it's designed to go, and Kearley actually came out of his shoe. Don't see that very often.
Picked up the first down with only one shoe.
That's legal.
Absolutely.
It is legal.
Absolutely.
You know, for those of you listening at home. First down for the Panthers now at the Mustang 42. Handoff right up the middle to Sanders, and he barrels his way for a pickup of 4.
You gotta like the way Sanders is running. He's gotten the chance here to get some runs, and he's making the best of it.
And he's running downhill.
Yeah.
I mean, and what that means is he's got his momentum and all his weight and everything moving forward constantly. 2nd down and 6. Handoff left inside to Gonzalez. He gets across the 35, the 30, the 25, and run out of bounds finally about the 20-yard line. Another first down for Liberty Hill.
Shane Gonzalez's biggest carry of the night, and Tim, you and I talk about it all the time as this Liberty Hill team just starts wearing you down. That same play, Shane Gonzalez was only getting for 2-3 yards in the first quarter. Now here we are in the fourth. They keep seeing it over and over and over again, and it's a 17-yard run for Gonzalez off the left side.
Ball's on the left-hand hash. The ball is placed directly on the 20. Kearley takes the snap, hands off to Harrison. He gets across the 15 down to about the 13-yard line.
This Manor team right now does not have an answer for this high-powered rushing offense of the Panthers. They are just picking it up in chunks.
Here they are up to the line of scrimmage. Takes the snap. Hands off left inside. Gonzalez gets across the 10, the 5. He's down inside the 5 to about the 3-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal.
So close. You thought he was going to go in there with the amount of speed he had at the 5-yard line. Tackled by Devin Lemire.
And it looks like it's going to be a timeout. We'll keep it right here during the timeout. Well, I'm not sure. They're coming back out.
It looks like an injured player on the other side.
Gotcha. So I want to give another shout out to Kimberly Williams, listening from Dickinson, Texas, home of the Dickinson Gators. I don't know if you knew that.
The Dickinson Gators.
I think it's the Gators. Dickinson Gators. She is giving a shout out to her nephew is Trey Snyder and Justin Montgomery. So thank you, Kimberly Williams, for listening to our broadcast tonight and being a fan of Liberty Hill football. And by the way, Kimberly, I don't know if you know, but next week we're not going to be broadcasting because we're not funded for next week, so unfortunately. So maybe if you know someone that can help, shoot me an email. Now, here it is, 1st and goal for the Panthers. Kearley's up the line of scrimmage. He hands off left inside to Gonzalez. He's bottled up, and I think there's a flag on the play. That was a quick flag too, Greg, and
there's some yellow laundry on the
field. It really was.
And I think it's going against Liberty Hill. They lost some yardage, but I'm sure they're going to take it to back them up away from the...
We have a chop block. Number 50 and 52 on the offense. 15-yard penalty remains 1st down.
Well, Tim, Justin Montgomery, one of these big offensive linemen for Liberty Hill, doing the damage for these backs all night out there, taking care of business, and you can see him getting out in his blocks and doing what he needs to do. LaCourta Lawrence as well. Tim, the big guys, right? We give it up for the big guys because nothing else is going to happen unless those guys do what they're supposed to do. We've seen it all night.
Right. Here is after the penalties marked off, it's backed up to the 18 and handoff right up to middle to Reed Sanders. Not much there, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and goal from the Liberty Hill 16-yard line.
Down by number 2, Craig.
2nd down and goal, a long way to get to the end zone, 16 yards for this offense. You wonder if they're going to dial something up here on 2nd down instead of waiting for it to happen on 3rd.
8.5 minutes left to go in this game. Liberty Hill leads 21-12. And it is a handoff left inside to Harrison. He battles for a few yards to get down to about the 11-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and goal from 11 or 12-yard line.
Liberty Hill doing what they do, again, off that left tackle, picking up 6 or 7. They're happy to do it. You do it again here, you got another 5 yards. You do it again, you're in the end zone. So not changing what they're doing and still running the offense, being patient.
Big 3rd down for Liberty Hill. They are in field goal range. if they fail to pick this up. Kearley takes the snap, and a handoff to Harrison again, left-hand side. He's bottled up at the 10. It'll bring up 4th down.
Now you just feel like this Manor team keying on Kyle Harrison. There was a load of Manor Mustangs on that right side. Nobody bought any fake. They really are gambling now to try to get this team off the field. 4th down, well within Shipley's field goal range.
Here comes the field goal unit onto the field. Mason Shipley is going to be the kicker on this play. He's teeing it up at about the 17-yard line. This will be a 27-yard field goal attempt. Snap is back. The kick is up. And it is good. And Liberty Hill extends its lead to 24-12 with 7:11 left to go in the game. Now, hey, you're going to like this. Got a shout-out from Diane Higginbotham. Diane Higginbotham is listening from the Hamilton Ranch in Bertram. Diane and her 84-year-old Aunt Melba Lackey is listening in from the ranch tonight, and she says, "Go Panthers." So, Diane, thanks for giving us a shout-out. And Aunt Melba, thanks for being a Panther fan as well and listening to us here on KMAX Sports. There you go.
Aunt Melba.
Aunt Melba. That's our oldest fan so far, I think, that has sent in.
That is awesome. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for listening. I hope y'all are enjoying this Liberty Hill team tonight. They're up 24-12, doubled them up, and time to play some defense.
Yep. We still have time for some more shout-outs if you want to send us an email. LibertyHillFootball18@yahoo.com. LibertyHillFootball18@yahoo.com. Now the Panthers are going to kick it off after extending their lead. Shipley kicks it off from the 40, puts his foot into it, kicking it in towards the end zone. It's going to be caught at about the 1, and he walks back, and it's going to come out to the 25. But that's a win for Liberty Hill. That's what they wanted.
Absolutely. This is much better than the two kicks that they had plus the punt.
Right.
Where they were it was falling between the 20 and 10 yard line, and this Manor team was just doing exactly what they needed to do to get good field position, and they're taking it away from them.
Manor set up to start at the 25-yard line, right in the middle of the field. There's 2 receivers to the right, and now there's 2 to the left. Only one back in the backfield with Matthew Miller, and that's Tajay Brooks. And you sense there's probably a little urgency here. They're going to put it up, and they do. They're running to the right-hand side, and a rollout throws it downfield, and I think it's picked off. It is intercepted by the Panthers by Matthew Montez.
Good for Matthew Montez. He has been the target of Matthew Hill and this Manor Mustang team for a good portion of the night on some of those longer passes. He's been under fire. So it's great to see him come up with a big play. Good hands in traffic. All hands interception. He jumped up, caught it at the highest point. His hands were the only hands that had a chance to get that ball. So you got to credit the senior there for getting the turnover. Second turnover of the night for these Liberty Hill Panthers.
Well, they're going to have the ball in Mustang territory at the Mustangs' 38-yard line. The ball's on the left-hand hash. 7 minutes left to go in this contest. Liberty Hill leads 24-12. Kearley under center now. Hands it off to Harrison. Right-hand side. He gets across the 35 and finally tackled down to the 31, but he almost broke that one.
Shoestring tackler by Tantavia Cray, or Harrison again is going to catch a lot of green grass down this right sideline.
Picks up about 7 yards.
It'll bring up 2nd and 3 from the Mustang 31-yard line. Kearley under center. Harrison in motion. Handoff right up the middle to Reed Sanders, and he has enough for a first down and more. He finally comes down at about the 17-yard line.
Sanders, good hard running, protecting the ball. He had both hands on it as those Manor Mustangs. Tim, 6:30 left in this ball game. They are trying to get the ball anywhere they can, so credit the running back for covering up.
First down. Hands off left inside to Gonzalez. Gets across the 10 to 5, and it's a touchdown for Shane Gonzalez.
Touchdown Panther.
Shane Gonzalez, we've seen it off the left side all night. 2 yards, 3 yards, 1 yard. I kept saying he's so close to breaking it. He had that big 17-yard run somewhere in the third quarter, but right now he gets into pay dirt. Another touchdown for this Panther team.
That is really tough for this Manor Mustang defense. I know that they've been on the field a long time, and they're probably tired. Snaps back. Shipley's kick is up, and it is good. Now with 6 minutes and 15 seconds left to go until the end of this contest, Liberty Hill now leads 31-12. You're listening to the Liberty Hill football on the KMAX Sports Vype Media Network.
KMAX Sports is the largest online broadcast company in Central Texas. How large is that? Like the biggest, most beautiful field of bluebonnets you can imagine. Except we're not going to play sports here because they're bluebonnets. What, are you crazy? We'll get some nice pictures before we go, though. Hey, kids, just sit down over there. Yeah, right in the middle of them. Smile. Perfect. Well, we'll send this one to Grandma. Bringing your teams to you since 2003. We are KMAX Sports.
Greg, no Born to Run tonight? No Born to Run. Disappointed in you, Greg. Disappointed. Good music nonetheless, but no Born to Run. Liberty Hill football, Born to Run has the lead extended 31-12, getting set to kick off. Mason Shipley wanting to put another big boot into this and kick it out of the end zone. Kicks it. Oh, he does. It's going to go way out of the end zone. Great kickoff for Shipley. Hey, another shout-out coming your way. Stacy Onken listening in while she's watching the Lady Panther volleyball team. Now, she doesn't tell me how they're doing, so I can't tell you how the volleyball team's doing because Stacy didn't tell me. Stacy, you give me a teaser. You got to tell me how the volleyball team's doing so I can let all the listeners know. But I actually think the volleyball team's being broadcast on KMAX Sports as well.
Absolutely.
So they can just put it there. But if they're listening to the football game, they don't know. So she's listening in and says, "Go Panthers." Thank you, Stacy. Now there's 4 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, empty backfield. Hale takes the ball, throws it out left, and there's a flag on a play and 2 flags. It's going to be pass interference, but I bet we're going to see a lot more one-on-one isolation here.
Yeah, Tim, old receiver trick when that ball is in the air and you're so close, you're going to try to make the cut and get all tangled up into that defensive back. Hopefully you get the call. Looked like that was kind of what had happened there. That ball was way overthrown. Uncatchable, as they say, but he got burned because you can't hold the receiver once they're past that 5 yards.
We have holding number 2 on the defense.
And it's going to be marked off. It'll be an automatic first down. The ball's going to be at the 35-yard line of the Mustangs. 6 minutes and 11 seconds left to go until the end of the game. Liberty Hill leads 31-12. Matthew Hill in the shotgun, 1 running back there with him. Takes the snap, looks left, throws it out in the flat, is caught and immediately tackled as he bobbled the ball. Courtney Patridge catches the ball, but as he bobbled up in the air, he lost some time, and the Panther defenders closed on him fast.
Caught again. Patridge, he hauls it in to pick up a couple yards, but there's a lot of action on that play for only 2 yards. Good job of this Panther team covering the defense led by Brady Brewer.
It is 2nd down and 9. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Look on this one-on-one coverage here on the left-hand side. It's isolated. Hill takes the snap. He's going to run it up the middle on a draw himself, and he's going to be a little short of the first down as he's piled up. And actually, with the forward momentum, I'm actually going to whistle him dead short 2 yards. It'll bring up 3rd down.
Walker Beatty in on the carry along with Corey Schmidt. Hill just under duress all night long. Surprised they're going to call the keeper and let him take that punishment, but they picked up some yardage.
3rd down and 2 from the Mustang 43-yard line. 4 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Look to the left on that one-on-one coverage again. He throws it deep, and it is incomplete pass. No flags on the play this time. So when they put the 4 receivers on one side, they are isolating one-on-one coverage. That was Ernest Muse on on the intended target.
Mano a mano, and Brady Brewer, the junior, stepped up and knocked the ball out as soon as he touched it. He stayed in perfect position again. These Liberty Hill defensive backs have been in great position all night long between the quarterback and the receiver.
4th down for the Mustangs. They're trying to draw the Panthers off sides. Panthers got to be disciplined right here not to jump and give up the free first down. And there's a flag on the play, and that's a delay of game. And that's just you just can't have that happen. You just cannot have that happen if you're the Manor Mustangs. You cannot run the play clock out when you're 4th and 2 and needing a first down. Now it's 4th and 8.
It's going to change the play call for sure.
2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. 1 running back offset to the right of quarterback Hill. Takes the snap, throws it, pump fake, going to run it himself, and he's going to be tackled short of the first down. The ball's going to be turned over on downs, back to the Panthers.
Brendan Ketchum, number 16, senior Liberty Hill defender. Excellent open field tackle, bringing up Matthew Hill short. 1 yard of the first down. 4:43 left in this 4th quarter, and Tim, you can feel this one starting to get buttoned up.
4 minutes and 43 seconds left to go until this game's over. Liberty Hill leads 31-12. Ball's on the right-hand hash. The Panthers are going to try to run this clock out and try to punch it in again. Snap, left-hand side, Gonzalez. He gets picked up of about 5 yards on a play across the 40 to the 39-yard line.
Shane Gonzalez getting stronger as the game goes on. He was not picking up as many yards in the first and second quarter as he is right now. He is just punishing off of that left side.
2nd and 5. 4 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in the contest. 39-yard line of the Mustangs. Kearley takes the snap, hands off again to the left-hand side, and that looked like it is Blake Simpson on the carry. And he is just shy of the first down. Is going to bring up 3rd and 1.
Tim, Blake Simpson, he caught that ball and he made that run on that kickoff. And he just got rewarded with a carry because of what happened there. One of those coaches saw exactly what I saw and gave him the ball.
Now it's a handoff right-hand side to Harrison. He crouched across the 30, the 25, the 20, brought down at the 17, 18-yard line.
Harrison hit the hash mark and stopped on a dime and made a 90-degree turn to just open grass right up the field. Unfortunately for him, he ran into one of his players' ankles or he'd have been in the end zone.
First down for the Panthers. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left to go until this game is over. The ball is on the Mustang 17-yard line. Handoff right up the middle. A gain of a couple yards to the 15. That is Reed Sanders again.
Number 3, Reed Sanders on the carry.
2nd down and 7. Clock is now under 3 minutes. Kearley under center, hands off left-hand side. Again to Simpson, gets across the 10, hanging on his feet, fighting for yardage, knocked out of bounds about the 4.
That sophomore wants to run the ball, Tim. Every time he touches it, his feet are moving, and he is not going down on first contact, second contact. On the kickoff, it took 4 or 5 touches to get him down. He is a hard runner, and if he keeps running like that, this offense has a place for him, and they will find a way to get him the ball.
When Greg talks about he's moving his feet, even when people are tackling him and he stood up and not making any progress, he's chopping his feet, continuing to try to get those extra inches and yards.
Give it to him again. I'd give it to him again right here, Tim. He is running so high. I'm so impressed with the way that he has run the ball on this series and that kickoff return. We'd love to see the coaches reward him for another play. This Liberty Hill offense is just clicking on all cylinders right now.
It is a timeout with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to go until this game is over. And I want to give a big thank you to all of our listeners out there tonight. And I'm just going to recap some of the people that sent me some emails that they wanted to shout out. And I want to thank all of the listeners. Mason Beatty was listening in from Midland, Texas. Malcolm and Debbie Terry, thank you so much for listening and supporting Panther Athletics. Coach Michael Rios, who used to coach in Liberty Hill for many years, he was listening tonight. Tony Stevens, a Panther himself, went to Liberty Hill High School, served on the school board, had children go through the school, a big fan. Ginger Buckhite listening in. Kimberly Williams from Dickinson listening in. Diane Higginbotham and Aunt Melba listening in. Stacy Onken listening in, and Ernie Jimenez. Thank you all for supporting Panther Athletics and listening to the broadcast tonight. First down and goal from the 4-yard line. Coming up to the line of scrimmage, Kearley takes the snap, hands off to Simpson, left-hand side. Oh, he's short. Brought down about the 2-yard line. And Greg saying, give it to him again.
Tim. Give it to him again. The way that he is running, he's fresh. Right? He's fresh. He hasn't been in the ball game, but 5 or 6 plays on this series. So you can really tell he is ready to go. But I am just really impressed with the way that he is running behind this Liberty Hill offensive line, which has been dominant all night long.
Second and goal from the 2-yard line. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left to go until the end of the game. Handoff left inside to Simpson, and he gets in. Greg Ceriti, you got your wish. Simpson gets into the end zone and gets him some of that.
I am telling you what, he really deserved that. Credit this Liberty Hill coaching staff for seeing exactly what I saw here, which is a player who just has all the want to in the world, and he showed it with each time he touched the ball, and they gave it to him with a chance to get it in the end zone, and he did it.
And now the point after attempt by Shipley. Snap is back. The kick is up, and it is good. Mason Shipley with another extra point to extend the Liberty Hill lead. And with 2 minutes and 8 seconds left to go until this contest, the Panthers extend their lead to 38-12. We'll take a quick break and take a breath. You're listening to Liberty Hill Football on the KMAX Sports Vype Media Network.
This is the KMAX Sports Network, and this is what we do.
Looking left, throws into the end zone.
Snap again,
he hits the turf, and Devon scoops it up. Cameron Wilkins holds it.
15, 10, 5, touchdown.
If you like the sound of that, then let us broadcast your team. Send an email to merle@kmaxsports.com or chuck@kmaxsports.com to find out how. Bringing your teams to you since 2003. It's what we do. We are KMAX Sports.
Welcome back here to the conclusion of Liberty Hill football on a Friday night. We didn't get any rain, Greg. It turned out to be a great evening. Shipley kicks it off, and he boots it. He's trying to get it out of the end zone, but it's going to go out of bounds. But he was trying to.
Number 42, Blake Simpson. Tim, born to run was number 42 on that drive. I was really impressed with how he picked him up and put him down, as they say.
He did a great job. So
nothing like a sophomore.
No,
scored a touchdown.
No, did you score a touchdown in your sophomore year?
I may have had a few, Tim.
Yes.
I may have had a few.
All right, the ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line after mark-off of the kick out of bounds. You think we're going to see some passing here, Greg? Trying to get back on the board?
You know they're going to throw the ball.
Isolated out to the tops. You know, Matthew Montez is isolated up on the top of the field there, one-on-one. Snap is back. He's looking left, though. Throws it in and out of the hands of the receiver, Courtney Patridge.
End of the ball game. This Manor team again frustrated with the outcome, how they're playing right now, and that ball right there. Just anytime you see two guys in the same space, somebody made a mistake, and that's what happened.
2nd and 10 from their own 30-yard line. Hill takes a snap, straight drop back, throws it across the middle, and incomplete, but that's pass interference. The defender ran into him. But is there also a flag at the line of scrimmage, Craig? Or you pointed at that? Or?
No, it was a line judge that threw that flag, Tim. And
isn't he supposed to be watching the line?
I'm not, Tim. You know, I'm not going to say anything bad about the refs. These guys have a tough enough job as it is, but that's a tough call to make from the position that he was in. It looked like great coverage, and that ball was down anyway. So it's a flag if it happens, though.
All right, after the penalty, it's at 1st and 10 from the Mustang 45-yard line. 1:58 left in this game. Throws it downfield, deep one-on-one coverage, and it is incomplete pass, and pressure was on quarterback Matthew Hill.
A tremendous amount of pressure led by Austin Knox and Corey Jellison, and Montez again on an island all by himself, playing tough defense, him and Brewer all night.
Second down and 10. Look out the left-hand side, complete out in the flat, and the receiver stumbled and fell. And they're going to throw a penalty?
Nope, that penalty is going to be on number 1 for Manor for the hold on Brewer, because he tried to get in there, and Brewer tried to make the tackle.
And they're going to call it on number 2 for face mask. It's going to go against the defense.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 2, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Well, looked like the hold was before the face mask, but they're gonna call the second guy that it happens to. 1:46 left in this ball game. We're just trying to get out of here without getting anybody hurt now.
1st and 10 for the Mustangs at the Liberty Hill 40-yard line. 1:46 seconds left to go in this contest. Hill takes the snap. He's under pressure, throws it, incomplete pass under heavy duress by the Panthers.
Hadley Weems Jr., number 64. I mean, he was coming like a freight train off the left side. I don't know if it was a call blitz or nobody picked him up, but he was head down full steam, and he was on Hill quick.
Hey, they brought in some extra guys up front, some of the kids that have not gotten in the game much, and so that front 3 or 4 are pretty fresh at the moment. I'll tell you right now, Blake Simpson's in the game as well at right defensive end. Snaps back, straight drop back, under pressure again, and the Panthers drop him for a big sack.
Again, Hadley Weems Jr. beating his man, getting the sack. Also in there, Trey Snyder getting some.
Where do these kids come from with this pressure? These kids are going against still the first-team Manor offense.
They are putting some heat on Matthew Hill, and there is nothing that he can do about it. There is a Liberty Hill Panther in his face.
Wow!
Almost as soon as he snaps the ball.
Wow! Fresh legs. Next man up.
Platoon him.
3rd and long. At the Liberty Hill 47-yard line, snaps back, straight drop back of pressure again, complete out to the left-hand side, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds. The receiver about the 40-yard line, Ernest Muse on the catch, gets some of that yardage back.
You feel like it's a screen every time. That's how it looks.
Yeah.
It looks like the Manor is purposely letting these defensive linemen through, but it's not the case.
No.
They're taking 3 shots at Hill.
No, Corey Jellison's in there. Simpson's in there. Fourth down and 11. Snap back. Under pressure again. He gets hit as he throws it way downfield, and it's going to be complete at about the 15-yard line. Just threw it up in the air, and there was a Panther there, but the receiver came down with it.
Good credit, Brendan Johns, who has had a pretty good game, 5'6" sophomore, 145, getting up and catching the ball at the highest point.
First down at about the 15-yard line. Takes a snap, throws it out left-hand side, hit hard and brought down for a loss on the play.
Brady Brewer bringing the wood. He read that play as soon as it started to unfold. He shed his blocker and was on top of the Manor receiver. Good hard hit.
Trey Snyder checks himself into the game, giving some pressure right up the middle. Quarterback throws it downfield, incomplete into the end zone.
Receiver.
And that's going to do it. That's the last play of the game. And Liberty Hill is going to win it tonight, folks, 38-12.
That ball hit him right in the chest. He could have had a chance to catch a touchdown at the end of the game, but credit to Liberty Hill defense staying strong, only giving up 12 points. 38-12. This is a great win on the road. Spoil the homecoming. 2-1.
That's right. And folks, before we continue, I just want to let you know we will not be bringing you the game next week. Unfortunately, KMAX Sports will not be broadcasting Liberty Hill's home game next week. We're short 3 games on the funding side of getting all the games funded. So if you know of anyone or any business that can help fund these games to get them on the air so you can listen to the games, please email me and I will forward that information along to email me at libertyhillfootball18@yahoo.com. Let me know if you know of some business that would like to get advertising and promote their company and also get Liberty Hill football on the air next week. Please let us know. Send me an email if you know of someone that is capable of helping get the game on the air next week. But if not, we will not be broadcasting the game next week. Unfortunately, we will miss you. I know you'll miss us. Liberty Hill wins tonight 38-12. Greg, Liberty Hill just took care of business. They did what they needed to do. They came in here. They played well. Even some other kids got in the game and got to play a very good, solid showing tonight.
Absolutely. On both sides of the ball. We talked about it earlier in the game. Mm-hmm. This offense, this Liberty Hill offense, they did what they did last week.
Yep.
They 51 points against the 4th-ranked team in the state and a class above them.
Right.
That offense is clicking. Well, you really had to turn around and look at the other side of the ball, and they showed up this week. You knew it was on their mind all week. They gave up 52, and now here they come in on the road. A Manor team with talent all on both sides of the ball.
Yep.
On their homecoming, big crowd, big game, and this defensive team showed up and held these guys to 12 points. Almost gave up one at the end,
sure.
but credit the defensive back for knocking it down. So
nope, they did really good. From the beginning of the game when Manor were able to throw that long pass and score that touchdown early on, you're going, uh-oh, here we go. But Liberty Hill defense bent, but they didn't break very much during the course of the game, and they did an admirable job on the field, and so I was extremely impressed.
And spread the wealth, 2 on offense. Kearley, 24-yard touchdown run. Harrison, 5-yard touchdown run. Sanders, 2-yard touchdown run. Shane Gonzalez, 17-yard touchdown run. And Tim, maybe my favorite, Blake Simpson punches it in from 5 out rather,
yep.
and give the sophomore a touchdown after he demonstrates the willingness and the want to make it happen. Mason Shipley making all his extra points, and he also chipped in with a 24-yard field goal for the scoring for this Liberty Hill team. You love the way that they spread it around, so hard to defend, and this Manor team just got a face full of it tonight.
Right. Well, Greg, as you finish up some things there, maybe with your scoreboard and stuff, I'll update some scores here for our listeners before we go off the air. Cedar Park High School leading San Angelo Central 35-22. McNeil High School leading Vista Ridge Rangers 49-21 with 4 minutes left to go in that game. Vandergrift all tied up in overtime with Cedar Ridge. We know what that's like. Pretty exciting. Cedar Creek now leads Fredericksburg 24-19. Giddings leads the Taylor Ducks 24-7. Lorena High over Lampasas at the moment 21-14. Lockhart leading Burnett High School 23-21. Canyon Lake is leading Wimberley 26-14 in the 4th quarter, and we will not be on next week. The next time you hear us, if we don't anything if the game is not able to get funded, the next thing that you will hear from us will be a district ball game here in a few weeks. So we want to thank everybody for listening and tuning in and listening to us tonight and giving us shout-outs. But Liberty Hill, yes, Greg.
One more shout-out to Len DeSalvo in Tucson, Arizona.
Yep.
Tim, our QA guy, listening from Arizona, making sure that it sounds right, that the sounds, the levels are good, and so we appreciate Len checking in with the ball game. Did a great job helping us out, so I appreciate it, Len.
Yep, and so we will be tuning out, and thank you for listening. Liberty Hill wins this contest 38-12. Thank you all for listening. You have been listening to Liberty Hill Football on the KMAX Sports Vype Media Network.